All right. All right. All right. All right. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes to come on in the room. Give everybody a few minutes to come on in the room. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, brother Dwayne. Shalom, how you doing, my brother? Please hit the like button as you come in the room, please. Hit the like button as you come on in. I'm just sharing the link. I can get a few more people to come on in the room. Shalom, 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 everybody. Shalom. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody is healthy. Shalom, 12 tribes. Shalom. Everybody hit the like button as you come on in. Hit the like button. We have Priest Anya Allah on the live today. Oh, we also have our brother Zahab on the live. Hit that like button as you come in. All right. Like button. We have Priest Anya Allah on the live. Excuse me, guys. All right, I think I'm gonna turn it over to Priest Daniela. He have some things.
Get us started. Get us started. Get us started.
All right, brothers and sisters. We're not going to stay too long, but we do have some things to talk about today. And you know, in the wake of this madness that we have going on here, okay. A lot of us are just running around like a chicken with his head chopped off, right? Just don't know what to do, panicking. There's no need for that at all. There's no need for that. So we're just going to be talking about I'm here to tell you guys there's no need for all this panic. You know, I'm just going to show you guys a few things that you can do to protect yourself, okay? Because the Most High has provided us with things that we need to protect ourselves. Most of us just don't know what those things are, all right? So today I'm going to share some of those things with you guys, all right? And stop the panicking. Stop the panic.
Right.
Very unnecessary.
So brothers and sisters that's coming in, I want to wish everybody safe and blessed Sabbath. As usual, as we've already said, for those of you that don't know the routine by now, if you're in the building, hit the like button. The like button sends out an algorithm to let other people know we're live when they log on to YouTube, so they can come in and join in on the conversation. I get many of you that always tell me, oh, I didn't know you were live, et cetera, et cetera. The way this YouTube thing works, we all work together, right? I send messages out. I put messages on Facebook to let people know I'm live. And you brothers and sisters can do the same thing, or just hit the like button and people will know. So you brothers and sisters see the title of the video. This is kind of a continuation of where I took it on Thursday. And that is that's going to be a recurring theme for me as we go forward in this kingdom. And that is not to panic, but to prepare. And preparation does not mean that you don't have faith in the Most High, because we have to put our faith and our trust in the Most High, because only the Most High can protect us. It's not going to be how much food or provisions you put aside in case there's a natural disaster or in case of an emergency in this country. It's not going to be how much food or provisions you put aside. Only the Most High can protect you in these perilous times. However, the Most High does give us warning through the scriptures. And so those of us that have this warning, we can prepare like our forefather Joseph prepared in Egypt. As I said last time, I'm going to say again, the Most High doesn't have to stretch a long black arm out the clouds with a magic wand and to provide some food on the table for you and your family if there's a situation where the supermarkets are low on food or water for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or what have you. All right. If you prepare, knowing the time that we're going into, and this is a warning, if you can't, listen, I went into Walmart and I've been seeing a lot of other Israelites doing it. They've been going into Walmart, BJ's, Costco's, all these different places. You guys are seeing what's happening, right? We, as I mentioned last Thursday, we're not saying this is the be all end all, right? But the Most High is giving us warning, right? This is a test run, for lack of a better word, a dry run. And we don't know how long this dry run is going to be, because it seems to me that every day we're waking up, we're hearing more and more people have the coronavirus. It's spreading to more and more countries. Now it's down in the Caribbean, in Jamaica. It's in Africa. For all you black people that said that black people can't get it, the white man sat back and said, "Oh, is that right? Okay, now you got to tag your it." When we was kids, they in America here, they had something called the cooties. Remember the cooties? You know what I'm saying? You got the cooties, you touch somebody, they got the cooties, right? So we said that we couldn't get it. Well, not we. A lot of people were saying we couldn't get it. Now we're getting it, right? So we don't know how long this dry run or this test run is going to be. And we don't know what measures or things are going to be in place after it's over. So this is definitely a time where we have to come together. It's also teaching us about unity, something black people don't have enough of. Even in the Israelite community, there's like no unity, right? Brotherhood, sisterhood, learning to work together, having more of a communal spirit, right? These are things that we're going to have to learn. And the Most High is going to force us to learn. Most High is going to force us. All right? So that's what we're here to talk about today, brothers and sisters. We're going to talk about this on a lot of levels, right? Now, as far as this coronavirus is concerned, right, it is a virus. And viruses are due to a lot of times when you contract or you, I'm going to say the word contract, or I'm not going to say develop, but you contract a virus, whether it be the cold virus, whether it be the flu virus, whether it be the coronavirus. A lot of times that is due to a weak immune system. That's the thing. That's the thing. And the problem is, and I'm going to turn it over to Sister Malika, who is the herbalist on the phone. She's the most knowledgeable out of all of us on the herbs. And that's why we have the sister here. The Most High gave her a gift. She's not trying to break no scriptures down to you or nothing else, but the Most High gave her a gift because of how she came up. But what I want brothers and sisters to understand is that the majority of the population in this country has a weak immune system based on our diet, based on the air that we're breathing, based on the chemtrails that we're breathing in every day. And that's just what we know. We don't know what else we're breathing in, right? Based on the fuel emissions, the exhaust coming out of these damn cars and trucks and everything, we're breathing in all types of stuff. And we're ingesting and eating all types of stuff, most of which we don't even know. I mean, who sits down and reads the labels on all these foods that we buy outside in the store? What are all those chemicals and ingredients? A lot of times you can't even pronounce them, much less know what it is. So as a whole, as a country, as a people, We have a weak immune system. And when you have a weak immune system, you are more susceptible to contract viruses. And then what's going to happen when you contract a virus? They're going to come with the cure or the solution, which is going to be a vaccine. It's going to be a vaccine. And then what the hell is in that? Right? When they put the vaccine out, now we're going to have to do a whole bunch of research to see what the hell is in that. So what we're going to show you is, and we're going to talk about it, we're going to harp on it. You got to build up your immune system so that you don't have to do that. There's a saying amongst the elites. It's called problem, reaction, solution. The powers that be introduce the problem, which is the coronavirus. The people are having a reaction. They're getting scared. Negroes is walking around wearing the wrong mask. Because you're supposed to be wearing the blue mask, right? You're supposed to wear the blue mask that the doctors wear in the hospital. I see Negroes walking around with the damn white mask you wear on a construction site. That's the wrong mask. Right? So the elite see the reaction. Everybody's going and hoarding food. So that's the reaction. And then they're going to come with the solution. Problem, reaction, solution. What's the solution? A vaccine. And maybe to some degree, quarantines, right? Just to see how you listen. I'm gonna turn it over. I don't want to dominate this thing. I don't know how many of y'all was paying attention to President Trump yesterday when he gave his speech. Y'all got to pay attention, right? Remember, they closed as of midnight last night. They closed the U.S. borders, where if you're in Europe, no traveling back and forth between Europe. But you have a lot of Americans that are already in Europe that need to get back into the country. Pay attention, brothers and sisters. Pay a damn attention. He said the Americans that's coming back into America from Europe are going to have to be quarantined mandatory 14 days. Mandatory quarantine. And he didn't specify what that's going to consist of in that quarantine. What are they doing? They're preparing you to see how you react. Because today they can quarantine somebody coming from Europe. Tomorrow they can quarantine somebody already in this country. Mm-hmm. So the groundwork is being laid. This is not about panicking. It's about paying attention and preparation. But above all else, of course, we got to have faith in the Most High and His Son, because these things are supposed to happen. Because if these things don't happen, we'll never get our kingdom. So these things have to happen. And we've been prophesying about them. And the Most High is beginning slowly but surely to bring them on. The Bible says it's going to be as a woman in travail. A woman in travail, she has her pains far apart, but then them contractions get closer and closer and closer. And that's the time that we're living in. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Sister Malika. If you want to talk a little bit, before you do, because you already opened up, Elder Zahab, you want to say anything on what we're talking about? If you do, you can unmute yourself and have a few words, and then we'll pass it back to Sister Malika.
I don't know. I think he's on mute.
Hey Zahab, we can't hear you if you're there. So you might have to unmute your mic. I mean, you might have to go out and come back in, Zahab. You might have to go out and come back in. So Sister Malika, why don't you start going into the whole thing with the immune system and everything, and then we'll bring Zahab in a moment.
Okay, yeah. See, he is mute. See if you can text him a little. Okay. So, listen, the Europeans, pretty much everybody has been using our bodies against us since the dawn of time. This is nothing new. They've been using our bodies against us. But what we're not doing is using our own body to protect ourselves. I see people in McDonald's, Burger King, whatever, going live, sitting down eating burgers and French fries while talking about the coronavirus and being scared. I don't understand. Give me 1 second, guys.
I'm backstage right now.
Okay.
Hey, shalom, sis. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, he's gone again. I could hear you the first time. Okay. Having a little bit of technical difficulties. But I want to say to you guys that I can't hear you because you're mute.
Try to bring.
Okay.
See if
All right.
Zahab-
Let me see if he's back in. Hold on. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, shalom. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you good. So go for it, bro.
All right. Shalom. Shalom to the family out there, man. Little technical difficulties. Listen, King, I'm not gonna hold it up. I agree with what you're saying, man. You know, scriptures talk about the Most High sending watchmen in these last days to blow the trumpet, let the people know what's going on. That's what you are. That's what your job is, and that's what we as Israelites are. So we just got to stay the course and keep warning our people, because it ain't a matter of, oh, it's coming, it's here, you know. So salute, King. You're doing the right thing. You and the sister and everybody out here, especially Israelites, man, because I don't know nobody else. I don't see the conscious community side shot real quick. I don't see nobody else warning the people what's going on. Here and there, one and two people. But for the most part, I see us doing it. So I just want to commend brothers. That's it.
Okay.
So, Sister Malika, let's start off with this whole thing about the immune system. I want you to break that down. Go into it, thoroughly. Let the people know about the immune system and, etc. Go into it.
So what I really want to talk to the people about, I just see everybody running around with masks and gloves and this, that, and the third, I'm talking about protecting yourself from a virus. I worked in a hospital for years, and I can tell you right now, unless you're trying to protect a virus from maybe, some type of, liquid or fluid from splashing in your eyes. So might want to put a glove on, a mask and stuff like that. But that doesn't really, just putting on mask and glove and just walking out in the street, going to the store, that does not protect you from any virus at all, whether it be the corona or any type of virus. Okay. What is going to protect you from a virus is what the Most High have already given us. Okay. And I don't know how many of you guys know what the Most High already gave us to protect ourselves from any virus, whether it be corona or anything else. Okay. The Most High gave us one thing, and that is called the immune system. Okay. That's what the Most High gave us, an immune system. And he made sure, he was very meticulous about this. He put a system inside of every single human that is called the immune system. And that is the only thing that is going to protect us from a virus. And see now, I'm sorry. On top of the immune system, right? On top of the immune system, the Most High gave us things, tools that is going to work to protect the immune system and strengthen it to help us fight any type of virus. You understand? So here's what I'm seeing, right? Here's what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is this. The powers, the so-called powers that be, what they have done is they have made it so difficult for people to stay healthy, right? The fast food, the junk food, the chemtrail, the this, the that, the blah, 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 blah. Just, we can't even breathe in this country, right? And so they have make it so difficult for our immune system to stay strong. We have no education on how to keep the immune system strong. They don't teach that in school. When you go to your doctors don't tell you any of these things that I'm about to tell you, right? Nobody is talking about this. Your doctors don't talk to you about it. You go there, you spend thousands of dollars in insurance, right, to try and take care of your health. None of them tell you anything about keeping your body healthy, right? There's nothing on TV trying to teach you about how to stay healthy, right? So what they have done is they have created a war against our bodies to keep our bodies weak, right? And so now you walk into all the fast food, all the junk food, all the fast food restaurant, and you are further damaging the immune system by eating all the crap. A few months ago, last year, the whole thing was about Popeye's chicken. And it all started with Black folks, right? And so that's what we do every day. We get up and we go into their establishment and we further damage our immune system by the food that we're eating, walking into their McDonald's and their Burger King and their Popeye's chicken, right? And then when we get a little stomach ache, we take their medication, we take their drugs, right? And a lot of us say that we're in the truth, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, right? What does the Most High gave us to protect ourselves against viruses? The immune system. What does the Most High gave us to protect the immune system and keep it strong? He gave us plants. He gave us herbs. He gave us things to keep the immune system strong. None of these gloves and toilet paper and all this stuff that people are running around like madman and mad woman, none of that stuff is going to help you. What's going to help you is to keep your immune system strong. And that's why I've been talking about this for the longest time, not just today. You go over to my channel and that's all I talk about all the time over there. How to keep yourself healthy at all times, right? Keeping the immune system strong. That's why I do these cleanses that I'm doing all the time. I'm not just doing these cleanses so I'm trying to sell you guys things. I'm trying to help you stay healthy. These cleanses help to build the immune system. How many of you guys went on that parasite cleanse? Or how many of you guys went on that website that I show you and do some other cleanse? How many of you guys maybe grab a couple of herbs to build the immune system? How many? You see, so now that we are in this fake craziness that's going on here. See, I have no problem walking outside. Now you won't ever see me in a mask walking outside acting like I'm scared. All right, because I'm not. But what I'm here to tell you is that if you cleanse the system and ingest what the Most High gave us to build the immune system, you don't have to worry about no virus. That's what I do every day. That's what I do every day. I work in a hospital. I've gone into places in hospital where regular people can't go, and I don't get sick. Okay. I've gone into places where they quarantine people. I'm still here. No mask, no nothing. I'm still here. You understand? Because I'm this is what I do constantly. And that's why I'm trying to, impart these type of just a little bit of knowledge onto whoever will listen to me. This is how you keep the system healthy and not have to run around panicking about, dying from a virus. Let me say this. The Most High, if you're going to die, you're going to die anyway. Okay. If it's meant for you to die from a virus, then you're going to die from a virus. Plain and simple. All right. If that's how you're supposed to go, if the Most High want to wipe us out with a virus, then that's what's just going to happen. Right. But apart from that, he has given us tools to help ourselves with. Unfortunately, a lot of us are not using those tools. We're not. We wait until last minute. We're not proactive. We react. That's what we do. We're just always reacting. We're never proactive. We wait until last minute before we start reacting, last minute. And sometimes it's too late. What are you giving your children? What about your children? What are you guys giving your children to protect them and build their immune system?
Let me just say something real quick. I said this last show, and I want to make sure that I keep reiterating this. There is no one herb that could cure the coronavirus, because I heard jokes and the conscious community was laughing. Okay, well, this is y'all chance now. You guys that talk all that health stuff, now come forward and show us that the herbs work. That's not the way it works. The people that was saying that sound stupid. You sound stupid. I'm not gonna butter it. I'm not gonna butter it up. I'm not gonna say it nice. Anybody that says, "Oh, if the herbs work, well, now is the time to show it," you sound stupid. You have to already have a strong immune system in order to be able to resist the coronavirus, which means you had to already been taking herbs and stuff. You don't wait, like she just said, you don't wait till you get sick and now you want to react. That's stupid. Now, I'm not saying that there are not herbs that cannot assist with curing you if you develop or contract the coronavirus. Understand that. But it may not be an overnight thing. It may not be an overnight thing. You might have to take those herbs consistently for a while to get rid of that. But had you just introduced some healthy living and some healthy alternatives to your lifestyle, that you may never have contracted it or developed it to begin with. And that is what we're saying. Let me say it again. What we're saying is if you live a healthier lifestyle, you have less of a risk of contracting the illness. That's what we're saying with the herbs. We're not saying that there is a magic mushroom that if you swallow 2 of them and you have the coronavirus, you're going to get better. That's stupid. That's stupid. And the white men don't have a pill that will do that either. So you asked out either way. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Right. And even if you've been taking the herbs and you contracted a virus, right? A person with a stronger immune system is more likely to fight off the virus because the immune system has what it takes to fight. See, the immune system is the body's army. It's the army that the Most High put inside of each and every one of us to fight. But if your soldiers are weak, if your army is down, right, it's not going to fight for you. Let me say that again. Your immune system is the body's army. That's what the Most High put inside of you to fight. But if you go out every day and you're eating garbage and the immune system is weak, it's not going to fight off a virus. So, and I believe I've said this a million times on my other channel, right? Herbs are not miracle cure. How many times have I said that? How many times have I said that? They're not miracle cure. Any real herbalist will tell you, right? They will tell you that they teach prevention. That's what we teach. We don't teach cure. We teach prevention. We teach that you should take preventative measures to prevent illnesses. That's what we do. So don't go out there and eat all the garbage that you eat, and then you come down with a virus, and now you expect a herb to miraculously cure you. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. The Most High gave these herbs to us, and we're supposed to be using it, utilizing them on a daily basis. So that way, when we get hit with a virus, our immune system is already strong. It's that simple. It's that simple.
So, Sister Malika, let's get into the meat of this thing, right? Let's start off like this. I want you to go down and give the people a list of herbs. And brothers and sisters, I always say this, you know, when we come on here, whether I'm doing a PowerPoint or whether I'm doing this, I always tell you, if you have a pen and paper handy, grab it. If you have a notepad on your phone, you can open it while we're talking. And I'm going to ask her to give you, brothers and sisters, some herbs and some different things you can do to begin to work on your immune system. And that's not to say that we're saying that you got to work on your immune system so you don't catch the coronavirus. No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. You may never develop the coronavirus, but you want to build up a strong immune system because you don't know what else is out there. Every year, there's a different strain of the flu. Every year. That's why the flu vaccine changes every single year. There's always a different strain, right? So you never know what it is you're going to or could possibly develop. So you want to have a strong immune system to begin with. You want to have some things in your body that can, like she said, that can strengthen your immune system so that you have a better chance of fighting those things off, especially if you are up in age or if you have younger children whose immune system is not fully developed. You definitely want that for them as well. All right. So I just want to say that. So if you want to just take a few minutes and go down the list of some things that brothers and sisters can do. Start from the very basic. Just pretend that everybody watching has never heard this before and give them some information of how they can go about to start to build up their immune system.
All right. First, let me just talk to the if there's any mothers watching this live. If there's any mothers watching this live, any breastfeeding mothers is what I meant to say. If you are a breastfeeding mother, okay, this is for you, right? A lot of breastfeeding mothers don't understand that what they put inside of their body is what their babies are drinking from their breast milk. Okay. If you're going to McDonald's and Burger King every day, that's what your breastfeeding baby is getting. You understand? Anything you put inside that system, that's what you're feeding your baby with. Okay. So your baby's immune system is weak according to what it is that you're eating, right? So if you're wondering why you're breastfeeding and your child still has eczema and asthma, right, and other illness, it's because of what you are feeding your body, and the baby is feeding off of you. Okay, so I just want to make that very clear to the breastfeeding moms that are watching. If you are out there watching, you got to clean up your diet if you want your babies to be healthy. You got to be taking some herbs. Yes, breastfeeding mothers should be taking herbs to build their immune system so that their baby's immune system can be strong. You understand? What your baby is what you eat. You ever you know how they say you are what you eat? Yes, your baby is what you eat if you are breastfeeding. It's that simple. If you don't eat anything, you're going to starve and your baby going to starve, right? If you're breastfeeding a child. So clearly, whatever you put in the system is what your baby is getting. So I'm going to start off with I really like to ask the mothers, right? You know, everybody's running around out there grabbing everything from the supermarket, right? And everything off the shelf. Everything is gone, right? What is the mother's going to do when all the Similac is gone off the shelf? For those of you mothers who refuse to breastfeed, right? Did you know? You know, I hear a lot of mothers says they don't have breast in the milk. I mean, they don't have milk in the breast, right? They can't produce milk for some reason because they're not healthy, right? There are herbs that assist the body in producing breast milk. A lot of times you're not producing breast milk because your health is jacked up, mommies, okay? Your body is jacked up. Your immune system is jacked up. Your entire system is out of whack. And that's why you're not producing breast milk. There are herbs out here to help you with that, okay? Let me go down the list of them. Just a couple of them to start with, right? There's an herb called fennel seed and fennel leaf, okay? That's one of the best herbs to help stimulate lactation in the mothers, okay? To help you stimulate breast milk, all right? And you can't just take it for one day and expect to get breast milk. You got to be on this stuff. You got to be taking this stuff right at, right when you give birth and you begin to breastfeed. You got to be taking this stuff on a regular basis. All right. So fennel seed, blessed thistle. All right. That's another herb that is very good to stimulate the breast milk. So if you're out here and shit, it's the fan, right? And you can't find any Similac to breastfeed your baby, what you going to do? Your baby going to starve, right? You have milk thistle. That's another herb that helps to produce breast milk in the mom, right? You have fenugreek, okay? Ginger helps to promote circulation, okay? And so on and so forth, right? So now let me just go to the babies. Now, here, back to the moms, right? What does that say? What does that say? That says mom's milk, right? Can you guys see that? Mom's milk. A lot of the herbs that I just mentioned is right in here. Every single one of them and more. What it says there? Mom's milk. For those of you breastfeeding mothers, all right, this is going to help you strengthen your immune system and strengthen your baby's immune system, okay? If you are breastfeeding your child, all right? Now, you don't have to get any herbs from me. You can go anywhere else and grab the herbs. I'm just trying to help you out, okay? Here's another thing. If your child is above 3 years old, okay, and if you're done breastfeeding your child and your child is eating regular food, okay, here are some herbs that you can give to your child to boost their immune system, okay? Give me 1 second. Wild cherry bark is one of the best herb for the babies. Some of you guys may not have heard about that, right? Write it down. Every mother should have wild cherry bark in her house if she has a child in the house. Wild cherry bark is one of the best herb. If your child has respiratory problem, if the child has a skin problem, right? The child just wants to build the immune system, wild cherry bark, okay? Black cumin seeds, okay? You can mix that with the wild cherry bark. Blue vervain, write that down. I hope you guys have your pen and paper, okay? All right, write it down. Lemon balm, all right? And if you can't find them anywhere, here it is right here. What does it say there? Children respiratory and immune support. All of those herbs and more are in here. And you know what's funny? Do you know how long I've had these things up on that website?
Well,
I've always been on the website, right?
well, let's let the people know that after the Sabbath, that's your phone number right there on the screen. So it's the Sabbath right now, so we're not taking no calls. We're not.
Yeah, we're not trying to sell anything right now. I'm just trying to show you guys where you know how to help your kids, right? You don't have to get them from me. I'm telling you what they are. You can go buy it from somewhere else. It doesn't matter. Okay? I'm just here trying to help. So here's a formula for your babies. 3 years and up. Okay? Here's another one for the adults. Echinacea. There's a lot of herbs for the adults. Okay, I'm just gonna name a few. Echinacea. I think my brother Hostel mentioned a couple of them in the chat there earlier, right? Okay, echinacea, right? Sorrel. If you are from the Caribbean and you're watching this, you know what sorrel is. If you don't know what sorrel is, then you've been missing out, okay? Sorrel is one of the best herb filled with antioxidant, build the immune system. Right now, I have a big pot in my refrigerator. You can ask my husband. It's been sitting there. I've been drinking it slowly, okay? I drink sorrel almost every single day because that helps to build the immune system, all right? For those of you who know what sorrel is, if you don't know what sorrel is, go to Google right now and Google Jamaican sorrel, okay?
Why don't you share your screen? Share your screen real quick and show it to them.
Give me 1 second, guys. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about, all right? Let me show you guys what I'm talking about.
And Elder Zahab, if at any time if you have something you want to add in, feel free to add something in.
Guys, I'm sorry. I am in the middle of a live, so I am not going to answer the phone, okay? I'm not going to answer the phone.
Call us after this, family. Call us. If any of you going to call after the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath right now. So we're here just to give you brothers and sisters information, but wait until after the Sabbath. If for us, the Sabbath we're on the East Coast. So some of y'all, so for us, you could call us like after 7 or 8 o'clock. All right.
All right. So this is what we call sorrel. Okay. This right here. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, you can. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so this is what we call sorrel. And if you look there at sorrel, I don't know why I forgot to, oh my goodness. I forgot to
put the phone on airplane mode. Put the phone on airplane mode, and you won't have to worry about that.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Phone just keep ringing for some reason. All righty. Give me 1 second. Let me. There you go. Okay. All right. So you guys see the color of sorrel there? It's red, right? Sorrel is naturally red. When the Most High create a lot of these plants, they are to correspond with different parts of the body. Sorrel is red, number one, because it has a lot of essential vitamin and mineral that helps to clean up the blood. This is one of the best thing for the blood. Okay, that's why it's red, just like beets. You see how beets is red, right? And beets is very good for the blood. Sorrel is one of the best thing for the blood. If you have blood clot in the system, sorrel will help to slowly eliminate and get rid of that blood clot, because it is a blood thinner. For those of you who are on blood thinner medication, get off of that and get on some herbs that helps to thin the blood, right? And now I don't take this on a regular basis because it is a blood thinner, so I would not recommend that you drink it every single day. Maybe 3 or 4 times a day. You can have it a couple of days a week. A couple times a week, a couple times a day, I meant to say, right? But try not to have this every day because it is a blood thinner, okay? But it's one of the best thing to build the immune system. Sorrel, that is, all right? There it is, right there. When you add ginger to that, it's man. Let me go back to my screen here. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so sorrel is one of the best immune system builder out there. Ginger, garlic, right? Thyme. Let me show you guys something. I brought this in front of me here to show you, right? You see this right here? This right here. That's sage, right? Now, why am I showing you guys that? I see a lot of Black folks burning sage, which is fine. Nothing wrong with burning sage, right? But I see a lot of Black people burning sage, and you're sick. You're sick. You're burning the herb, but you're sick. That makes no sense to me. Sage is filled with nutrients for the body. It's one of the best things that is used to build the immune system. Also, brothers, for those of you who are burning sage, let me say this to you. This right here is one of the best things to reduce an enlarged prostate. Okay? If you have an enlarged prostate, or if you have prostate cancer, white sage is one of the best herb to bring the prostate back to its normal size, because it eliminates inflammation from the system. It helps the prostate to go back down to its normal size. So instead of running around burning sage, right? Meanwhile, you're suffering from all type of illness. Why don't you prepare the sage and ingest it to heal yourself? Very good for the immune system. Sage is lots and lots of nutrients in sage that is used to build the immune system. All right. Mint. People don't drink mint. People just walk past it. But a mint, spearmint, peppermint has a lot of nutrients in them, a lot of antioxidant in those type of herb that helps to build the immune system. Grab yourself some mint. If you can't find a lot of these herbs, grab yourself some mint, some ginger, some garlic, right? Some cloves. These are simple things that you walk past in your store on a regular basis. Some lemon or lime. Those are things that are used to build the immune system, man. All right? For the adults, immune and respiratory support. This is for the adult. And once again, it's funny because I have these things on my website for God knows how long. These have been sitting on my website, right? And I bet you a lot of people who go there just walk past it. You don't even click on it, right? It's sad. It's just I have something there for the children. And how many of you guys buy some herb for your children to build their immune system? This has been sitting. This right here been sitting on the website for your kids. How many of you guys grab one of these for your babies? Huh?
And the thing is, part of preparation, brothers and sisters, part of preparation that we're talking about is, listen, we all have ailments, right? I have some, just because y'all see me go to the gym and everything. I have some. We all have things that's wrong with us, right? In one way or another, right? So you want to be your best self, right? And part of preparation is, and this is the way I think, I don't want to be sickly or whatever when the system really starts going down. The last thing you want to be is sick when the system is going down, right? Because you don't know, the Bible says some of us are going to have to be like pilgrims, right? Moving from one place to the other to the other. That's what the Bible says. And that might be you or I. So you don't want to be, really sick where you can't hardly walk, you can't hardly breathe, you have respiratory problem, this problem, that problem, whatever problem, you have all these problems. And then the time comes, you know what I'm saying, where you might have to be a pilgrim and you can't get nowhere, you can't move around, you can't do anything. You don't want to be that. So the Most High is giving us warning now. Preparation is not just storing water in your house and storing food, non-disposable or non-perishable foods in your house. That's a small part of it. Part of preparation is also preparing your health. And part of preparation is preparing your spirit. There's a fine balance between the three. You're going to need food, right? You're going to need to be healthy, and you're going to have a strong spirit. So you need to be prepared across the board. That's the thing. Because some brothers and sisters do have foresight to start preparing as far as victuals are concerned, as far as food and water is concerned, yes. But spiritually, you're not prepared. And as far as your health is concerned, you're not prepared. And I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that I'm 100% prepared, but I'm trying. I take these things that she has, and I even have to do better. It's not just you, me too. I have to do better. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we come and we give you this information, because you're going to need it. Most of you are not going to take heed until it's too late, and then you're going to react, because that's just the spirit of our people. You want to hear what you want to hear. You want to hear some cursing out Esau. You want to hear some arguments between Israelite camps. You want to hear me bang on the conscious community. That's all fun and games. It's all well and good, right? But when it comes to this is boring, right? But y'all see the pieces on the chessboard is lining up. So you better get serious about other things outside of that nonsense all the time. You're going to have to get your health right. You're going to have to get your spirit right. And you're going to have to prepare in case there's a time where you're not able to go to the store for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then you have to be prepared in case there's an area where they quarantine a whole there's a place right not far from where I'm sitting right now called New Rochelle. I'm in New York, right? There's a place not far from where I'm called New Rochelle where they have a certain portion of New Rochelle that's quarantined right now. This is not scare tactics. This is what's happening right now, right up the road from where I am. Quarantine. What if you live there? You know what I'm saying? In that area. Now, I don't know what the quarantine consists of, whether people can go in or out, whatever. But all this is preparing for what's really going to come. You see what I'm saying? They might be doing it on a low level now, on a small level now, but in the future, it's going to be on a mass scale. So you want to be prepared across the board in all three of those areas that I said, and there might be other areas that I missed, right? You know what I'm saying? Some of you brothers and sisters might be otherwise healthy, but you might need to go to the gym and lose some weight. Build your respiratory system up, man. Get on that daggone treadmill or whatever and learn to, and some of you brothers might need to build up your strength. Some of you brothers and sisters need to, listen, I'm going to say this. It's a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things that I want to say. Every year we do a camping trip for Tabernacles, every year. The Bible says some of us are going to be pilgrims. How many brothers and sisters know how to build a fire? If you have to be a pilgrim and you got to be, out in the woods, whatever, you know how to build a fire to keep warm? What if you have to be a pilgrim when it's cold and you got children or elderly with you? Do you know how to build a fire? It's a shame. It's a shame we go to Tabernacles. I'm going to say it. It's a shame we go to Tabernacles, right? And it's the women that's helping the men put the tents together. Not all the men, but it's women helping men, grown men, put tents together. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says examine yourself. I don't know none of you that's on this live, so I ain't talking to nobody. But if you know that that's you, that's a problem. These are things you must learn. So maybe when Tabernacle comes around, you're an individual like you don't whatever. Maybe you need to go camping for the week. Not because you're trying to be over righteous, right? Because we're still in captivity. But going camping for Tabernacles also will teach you how to be a pilgrim if you have to be a pilgrim. So we all rehearse it. That's why the Bible says rehearse. Because once you rehearse, you may need later. Some of us only fast on the mandated fast, which is the Day of Atonement. Other than that, we don't fast.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to everybody, including me. I don't fast enough. These are things we have to fix and fix now. The Most High is giving us space to fix these things now. Elder Zahab, you're on. Do you want to add anything on before I pass it back to Sister Malika?
Nah, man, you're right. What it is a lot of our people, a lot of us are stuck in the city, right? But that doesn't mean we have to take on a city mindset. And what's a city mindset? A city mindset is somebody who they have something called JIT, just in time. That's how people live. When they go shopping, they buy just enough food to last them for whatever, right? When it comes to supplies, just enough. The problem with that mentality, that city mentality, is you're so used to thinking that the grocery store is going to be open. We here in New York 24 hours. It's a given. You take that for granted. So what the elder is saying is take preparations, because you don't know what could happen. Now, before I go back to the sister, I got a question. First, I got a statement, sis. We talking about preparation, right? The elder's talking about physically, spiritually, and you know, get your mind state in order, right? So now let me ask you this, sister. If, say, the destruction comes sooner than we thought, and we got to get up out of Dodge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to touch on this afterwards. Let's say we pack the family up, the kids, whatnot. We out. We on the highway. We burning it up. What should be in our quote unquote go bag? Now, I hope y'all know what a go bag is, but just in case, let me not assume. Let me break it down. A go bag is an emergency bag with essential items that you need to survive. All households should have a go bag ready to go, just in case. You know what I'm saying? It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Now, some of the things in a go bag should be common sense items, like what? A flashlight, batteries, medical kit, you know what I mean, for emergency supplies. Now, sis, my question is this. What herbs would you recommend if we had to leave, like get up out of Egypt right now? What herbs do you recommend that we should have on stash ready to bring with us at a drop of a dime?
Pretty much, let me tell you something. Pretty much every herb that you take detox the system and strengthen the system, right? But you want to make sure that you always have herbs in the body that are specific to build, the respiratory system and the immune system. Herbs like echinacea, simple herb like ginger, garlic, turmeric, you know what I mean? Just grab those on the go. Make sure you always have them in the form of a formula, right? A formula, if you don't know what that is, for those of you who are watching, is pretty much all the herbs combined together. Instead of having one over here, one over there, you have them combined together into a formula, and you want to grab them. So echinacea, sorrel, ginger, thyme, turmeric, and so on and so forth. Those are herbs that are used for the respiratory system, the immune system, just to build it up. There are a lot more other herbs out there, but if you don't want to go crazy looking all over the place for a whole bunch of herbs, those are just some simple herbs to grab,
Right. And they really, Slock, it says, really and truly, they shouldn't be going crazy, because if you've been listening to this live, or people have been following you with the advice you've been giving them, every household should have a pantry set up. They should have at least one shelf, you know what I mean? Whether it be underneath the Cheerios and all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? We all go in every now and then, get the cereal and whatnot. Even I see the sister shaking her head, because I know that milk ain't good for us. But the little snacks and whatnot, hey, I fall victim to. I see the elder priest about to say something.
No, yeah, I say you're telling on yourself.
Listen, we all got a pantry with goodies. My weakness is chips, man. I got mad potato chips and whatnot. Hey, I'm not perfect, but what I am saying is this, right? In all seriousness, if you got the junk food on one shelf, you should have a shelf dedicated for herbs.
Yep.
Why? Because when the fertilizer hit the fan, you could grab that and throw in your go bag. So I just want the people to realize that, because even though I might have a little bit of junk food in my house, best believe I got a pantry set off where I got my moringa, I got my soursop leaves, I got I got all the basic things that I need, like the sister's saying. So I just want the people to know about that also, sis. But go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. And somebody make a good point, because I've been wanting to say this, right? And not being disrespectful to anybody who's overweight, but let me say this. I'm trying to be very discreet by saying this, right? But really, being overweight, right, it's not something to glorify, right? You need to look in the mirror. How many blocks can you really walk without running out of breath? Start breathing hard and you start getting a respiratory problem because you can't make it down 2 blocks because you're fat and out of shape. You see what I mean? And I hear brothers saying, "Oh, we're not supposed to be exercising," and the scripture says this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, you're fat and out of shape. You can't make it to 2 blocks. You're breathing hard, right? But you don't believe in exercise. What sense does it make? What sense does it make? You should be working out. Get rid of that weight. If stuff really happened, you can't even run to go grab your children, to help your wife, the elders, or something, because you're behind is dragging yourself down the block out of breath, huh? You never did any cleanse in your life. You haven't been taking any herbs. You've been going back and forth to McDonald's and Burger King every day, sucking down all this madness that they're selling to our people. This is Burger King, McDonald's, all the fast food restaurant. This is what they've been using against us. And you fall for it. Nobody is forcing any black person to walk into a fast food restaurant. Nobody. And so they use these fast food to work against your immune system, so that way when they're ready to hit you with that with that mandatory vaccination, you don't have a choice because you're sick. That's what it is.
And if I could just say, I want to say this, to show our people the spell that we're under. I want you just to, for a moment, some of you brothers and sisters may have never been to the Caribbean before, right? When you go to the Caribbean, or even if you go to Florida, right? The people of the islands have the herbs, the plants, everything growing in their backyard, and those things are falling off the tree onto the floor and rotting while they are looking at TV, seeing what's going on in America, and they're running to the supermarket buying canned foods and foods with preservatives and dyes and all types of BS inside these foods, while the food, that same food, is growing on a tree in their backyard. And you know who's eating it? The birds.
The animals.
The birds. The animals are eating it, and it's falling down rotten. It was a damn shame, man. When we went to Grenada, we was walking up and down the blocks in Grenada, and every backyard had a different tree. One will have a mango tree in it. Another will have whatchamacallit? What's the tree? The pomegranate tree in it. So some will have coconut, some will have banana trees. These guys have everything. Everything. The Most High put them in paradise. They got everything. And they're down there dying at young ages, just like here in America, of high blood pressure, diabetes, and every goddamn thing else, because they're running to the supermarket. Because when you turn on the TV down there in the Caribbean, they're playing American TV shows with American commercials, pushing American food, which is bad for you. And they're down there just as seduced as we are up here. That's how you know we're under the curses.
Yeah, well,
that's how you know. You would rather have the white man's poison than the cure that the Most High has grown in your backyard. Like their cherries and their peaches that's in a can full of syrup is better than the cherries and the peaches and this and that that's growing in your backyard. It's a damn shame. And you know what I'm saying? It's a shame. It really is to see, but it goes to show you how destroyed as a people that we are. That's why we have to continue to do these shows, because some of you probably are tired of hearing us talk about it, but there's always 1 or 2 people that's on these lives, and they'll see the lives later, right, that have never heard this and they need to hear it, and we're doing it for them. Because we know some of our people, you already heard it, you're tired of hearing it. Some of our people, you're never going to listen no matter how many shows we do, but there's always new people. And I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to pass it to her, right? My wife is the herbalist of the family. because she grew up around this stuff. I did not. So the Most High gave her a gift. So even as a woman in her order, under me as the head of the household, the Most High gave her a gift. I can't stop her, because if anything, she's teaching me, right? So I'm sitting back and I allow her to be a resource to y'all. I don't have to do that. I don't have to allow her to come on the channel or have her channel to help y'all. I do that to help you, because some of y'all come to me and I only know but so much, because I learned a lot of it from her. Some of it I knew before her, right? But a lot of it I learned from her. Now, I'm gonna pass it back to her. I sit and I watch. Her phone doesn't stop ringing, morning, noon, and night, right? We have almost 8,000 people in our group called Healthy Hebrews on Facebook, right? Y'all are in there morning, noon, and night with y'all problems, all your health problems and everything. And she by herself, not me because I'm busy, is answering all your questions, all of them. Y'all are calling her. That's her number right there. Y'all are calling. Some of y'all were calling her right now during the live stream. But a lot of times, unfortunately, I got to keep it a buck. You wait until something is wrong. And now you're calling and reacting saying, I have this, and I have that, and I have this, and I have that. But you've been watching this channel for years. Again, we're going to circle back to the title. It's not about panicking. It's about preparing. All right? So start preparing yourself. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Get on, do some flushes, some cleanses, some all that stuff. Get on it. If you don't know, after the Sabbath, call that phone number. If you're watching and you know that's you, write the phone number down and call. But most of all, only serious brothers and sisters call, though, because some of you brothers and sisters, you call, you get the advice, and you stay on the cleanse for a day or two, and you fall off. Now, that's not to mock nobody. That's not to put nobody down. This is not what we're trying to do. But we're trying to encourage you, and sometimes some love is tough love, right? Some of you call, you get the information, you even get the herbs, but then you fall off after a day or two, all right? So if you fall off, you're human. Guess what? The last time we did the parasite cleanse, I fell off after a week. It's supposed to be 2. I fell off after a week. Me, myself, sitting here talking, because it's not easy. But if you know you fell off, don't lie to yourself. Just get back on the bike. It's like when you was a kid, you rode the bicycle, you fell off. You didn't stop riding bicycles. You got back up on the bike so you can ride the bike. So if you fall off, don't worry about it. At least you tried. You have the mind to try. Give yourself some time, gather yourself, and try to do the cleanse again. That's what we're saying, because we are in the time where we need to prepare now. Prepare yourself with victuals, like the Elder Zahab said. Make sure you have things in your house to last you, so you're not reacting if there's an emergency. Make sure you have herbs and health stuff in your house, a pantry right underneath the junk food, like he said, for your herbs. And make sure you're spiritually preparing yourself. Get in these scriptures. Stop acting like y'all don't know that all the stuff y'all see happening is supposed to happen. It is supposed to happen. You're not going to get the kingdom if the devil don't come down on us with great wrath. We're not going to get the kingdom if the white man don't come against this truth that we're in. We're not going to get the kingdom. It's supposed to happen. So act like you know what's supposed to happen. With that being said, I'll pass it back to you.
You know, just going back from what you said earlier, I've had people who have called my phone and said there's somebody in the hospital who's on life support, right? I kid you not. And my question at that point is, what do you expect me to do? If this person is on life support, there's absolutely nothing that I can do, because you've waited too long. It's like, okay, how long have you been in my group? How long have you been watching my channel? Oh, I've been watching for a few years. I've been in your group for a few years. But now you have somebody in the hospital who's on life support. I can't help you. Herbs are not miracle cure. They're not. Okay? What I teach, I'm going to say it again for the millionth times. What I teach is prevention. Okay? I teach people who are seemingly healthy to stay healthy. And if you happen to be sick, I can help you to repair yourself. Okay. But if you have somebody in the hospital who's half dying, I can't help you with that. I really can't. Because the organs are already diminished. The organs are already, just pretty much gone. So I can't help you. I just want to say that to you. Now, I'm currently on a cleanse. Okay. I'm currently on a parasite cleanse as we speak. All right. So I'm currently fasting. Okay, so because that's what cleanse does. Cleanse forces you to fast. Okay, so I am currently right now on a parasite cleanse, as a lot of you guys that are on the cleanse you might know. Now I'm going to share my screen and read a couple of things from people who are on this parasite cleanse. Let me share my screen here because hold on, give me 1 second. For those of you who don't understand, or maybe you don't believe that these things work, they do. So I'm going to the website, right? And I have a page here called customer testimonial, right? And I'm going to go down the list and read just a couple of comments from people who have taken the cleanse, or just people who's giving their testimony on different things that I've helped them with. I'm still working on this. There's a lot more to put up here, but I'm just going to read a couple of them for you. So this is a brother. There's a message he sent in the group on Facebook. And so I put it here so you guys can read it. Okay, so let me just read it for you guys. It says, shout out to Sister Malika for sending me my parasite cleanse herb. I wanted to at least do the cleanse before giving a review. I must say it's not for the faint of heart, just like I mentioned, right? However, my mind feels clearer, my eyes are wider, my skin is glowing, and it's definitely cleaned my insides out. Because brother said now he have a six-pack, right? Okay, let me go on for something else. This is another sister who sent a message to the group. Okay, she actually posted this in the group. If you guys are in the group, you probably already saw this. Okay, it says, since this cleanse, I think she made a mistake here. She said something about resting. She said she feels so good. I was always tired. I had no energy, sleeping all day, stay months without combing my hair. It has looked so damaged, brown, dirty color. I'm not sure. I think she's talking about her hair. Now I have so much energy. My hair shines. I comb it almost every day. And this is just my first week on the cleanse. I don't fall asleep like before. My brain is not all over the place. This time my husband and I are doing it together. Even my swollen legs are reduced. No more pain when I am working. No knee pain. I cannot believe this. So that's another sister there that are currently on this parasite cleanse that we're doing. Let me just read one more for you guys, okay? There's another sister who she had PCOS, uterine fibroids, I believe, okay? Uterine fibroid. For those of you, sister, who are struggling with uterine fibroid, this one is for you. This is a testimony from a sister in the group, all right? She said, Shalom, I want to share this testimony. I just want to give thanks and praise to the Most High, right? And Sister Malika, I don't want to read all of it. It's very long. I was suffering with fibroids for years in Holland. I found out in June. I was bleeding heavy and pain. She's talking about the difficulty she was going through. After seeing a video of Sister Malika explaining fixing a fibroid, I realized that it was time. I was scared. I made an appointment. Okay, so she said she made an appointment, and she had a tumor in her womb. At the time, it was 6 centimeter. Okay, 6 centimeter tumor in her womb. Doctor told her there was no tablet to shrink it. All right. And they wanted her
and let me just say, and there's not.
Right.
That's the point.
Yeah.
There's not a tablet, exactly.
Yes, sir.
They want to do surgery.
So what the doctor told her, I'm gonna read it for you guys. The doctor told her to come back when the tumor reaches 10 centimeter, And that's when they wanted to remove the womb. So they tell her that it was too small at 6 centimeter, right? And so they wanted her to wait until it becomes 10 centimeters so they can remove the womb. That's what they told her. That's what it's called, a hysterectomy, right? So she said she left and went to live in England. So this sister lives in England, right? The pain got worse, and I knew I had to do something about it, and did not want to lose my womb. I remember the video from Sister Malika. I was scared to ask in the group, so I sent her a personal message, and she responded in a day. After getting the herbs, I began to use them and made an appointment with a specialist. And his words were, "There, this is difficult, and it's on top of the womb, and we had to do something about it." Let me just go down here. It's a very long post that she made. She said the fibroids is shrinking. That's what the doctor told her. He said he measured it and said that it looks like it's opening. The fibroid is shrinking. Last year in Holland, it was 6 centimeter. From the day I started to take the herb, this was the beginning of March 2019. I did not stop. The specialist said it is now 5.5 centimeter. All right. So the fibroid has shrunk. 0.5 centimeter at that time when she started taking the herb. I'm losing weight as well. I pray that my testimony can help someone in this group or someone you know. I refuse to remove my womb, and so on and so forth. So you guys can come here and read these testimonies. I don't know who these people are. Let me go back to my screen here for a second. All right. I don't know who any of these people are. Okay. These are just people who are in our group on Facebook, and I've helped them. And they come every now and then, they come back with their testimonies, just to let us know how they're feeling, what they're doing. Some people just fall off and didn't continue. And some people stick to it and they see result. And so it's when I help you, I'm just giving you tools to help yourself, because I'm not home with you. I'm not there to hold your hands. You see what I'm saying? I'm just offering you the tools that you need to help yourself. You're going to have to help yourself. So if it's like I have people who, for example, I make the stuff for them. I prepared it. I package it. I made it very simple. I send it to them, and they still calling me, asking me, how do I use it? All the information is right there on the website, right? Some of you guys know that I sell a sea moss gel, right? Right. The gel is already made. All you got to do is put it in your smoothie. And I have people calling my phone asking me, how do I use the gel? And it's like, you got to learn to help yourself, man. I can only do so much. These are simple questions that you can simple Google. How do I use sea moss gel? You can type that into YouTube. Millions of videos will pop up.
All right. So now I want us to close out on this respiratory. I don't want us to stay on it too long. Like, we're kind of going over. We still have 2 other things we need to talk about. So I want you just to give people a little final closing few words on the respiratory. Then we're going to move to the other portion of the show that we spoke about that we're going to do. Where you're going to show people some of the stuff you have in the house there.
Okay.
So just go ahead and close out on this end as far as the health is concerned. We don't have to beat them in the head. If you can't understand what she's been saying, not just in this video, but on her channel, when I bring her to this channel, if you're in the Healthy Hebrews group on Facebook, there's 8,000 of y'all in there. If you can't understand what we've been giving you, this is going to come across a little hard, and I don't mean to be hard, but it's going to be hard. We can't help you. Can't help you, because this is simple. Everybody understands what you need to do for yourself as far as health is concerned. It's a choice now. It's not ignorance. You're no longer in ignorance if you watch us. It's now a choice. So let's close it out real quick on this, and let's move on to the next thing.
I see somebody say, "Oh, everybody's talking about herb now." You might be new to this channel, brother, because we have a whole channel dedicated to herbs and health, man. We've been talking about this stuff. I've been trying to beat my people over the head, trying to get them
share your screen real quick for that individual. Hold on. For that individual, share your screen. Go to your page and run down the videos that you've done for the last month. Let's just say go a little further there. Go down for the last 2 months and just show the titles of the videos that you've been doing. Because you got to be new here. We've been beating this drum since we came on YouTube.
Yep.
Since we came on YouTube. This is a lifestyle for us. But it's not a lifestyle for most Israelites, especially in this country, because they don't know. And I didn't know growing up either. So nobody's new to this. Sorry. Share your screen real quick and let's show a couple of videos and let's close out. I don't want to really be on this too much longer. We're kind of dragging
Well,
it
I
out
mean,
now.
I think that's it. I mean, by now, if people don't know what it is, that
Some
I
people
do,
may not know your
yeah.
channel, so just share
Okay,
your channel
let me
just
just
for
go over. All right, let me just go over here.
go
Share
over
my
there real
channel.
quick.
Okay.
Share the channel. Just go over a couple of the topics that you've done. All right, because they're not gonna all. It's over there, and that channel is not just for sisters. Although it's called Sisters of the Maccabees, it's not just for sisters. Everything that needs to be talked about concerning health is over there
All right.
for everybody.
So for those of you who don't know, this is one of our channel. It's called Sisters of the Maccabees, and pretty much I'm the one that runs this channel here. I talk about health on this channel. That's pretty much what I talk about. Health.
Look, go back up, go back up, go back up. Look at the screen saving picture at the top. That's letting you know right there. You see two. What is that? Kale or whatever it is, apple, whatever
Kale,
it is. You see the picture.
Yeah, there's a picture.
So it's letting you know what you're gonna hear when you come to this channel. But go ahead, go down the videos real quick.
Okay, so let me just scroll down here. All right. One on parasite cleanse. The other one we talk about yeast infection, athlete foot. I think that was the same parasite cleanse that we were talking about there. There's another one here where I'm talking to the brothers, pretty much showing them how to build their testosterone. Okay. Let me just scroll down. There's a video here where I'm explaining to you guys why you're not getting better. Okay. There's another video here where I'm teaching you how to make homemade coconut milk. All right. Here's another one where I'm talking to the Black woman about uterine fibroids, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. A lot of Black women are suffering from that. All right. I have videos here on that. Okay. Here's another one where I'm talking to you guys about the 30-day mucusless diet. If you don't want to go on the parasite cleanse, you can do another cleanse. This one is eliminating excessive amount of mucus from the system. Okay.
Okay. So
on
they can come here. The page is called Sisters of the Maccabees. All right. You go down from the very beginning that the channel was founded. How many years ago? Like, no, we didn't just start this with the coronavirus. Like, I don't know where you've been.
Yeah,
we have a
channel
group
has been here for years and years.
Yeah, we have a group on Facebook called Healthy Hebrews. And we were the first Israelite group on Facebook that dealt with health. All other ones you see came after us. Some of them were in our group and we kicked them the hell out because they were in there causing trouble. And they went and they did their own thing, which is good. But understand, we've been doing this from the door and everybody knows that. So don't get it twisted. All right, so I want you to end off on with this health portion. So just sum it up real quick. So let's move on.
All right. I mean, I really don't. There's really not much to say.
All right. So cool.
I think there was some people asking. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I did share the website. There was some people asking where to go get the herb. I would not advise you to go shopping now. You can go shopping after the Sabbath. All right. The website is called, let me just share the screen again so you guys can see the website. The same website that you go to do that parasite cleanse. All right. Just click on the herbal tab and all of these herbs are there. Okay. The herbs that I mentioned earlier, give me 1 second, guys. So the name of the website is called Grassroot Botanicals. Okay. If you scroll down here, a lot of these herbs are here. Let me just go through some of them. You have the parasite cleanse formula there. You have immune and respiratory support formula there. That's for the adult to build your respiratory system and your immune system. Okay. We have something for the sisters' menstrual cycle. For those of you sisters who are having heavy bleeding every month, period pain, and all that nonsense that I don't have. Okay, because I don't get those things. That's for you. We have something for the mommies who are breastfeeding, okay, to help you with lactation. okay, to produce milk in the breast. We have something
Right.
for the people who can't sleep. We're having problems sleeping at night. All right, we have.
So Malika, they can go to the website. They listen.
All
You
right.
fed them. They Grassroot Botanical. That's the website. That's it. Elder Zaha, before we move off of the subject of health, is there anything else you wanted to add to that? I don't know if he's there or not. Here or not.
On mute.
Nah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay.
Nah, listen, man. Sometimes you gotta humble yourself and take a back seat. I'm not as knowledgeable when it comes to herbs, so I'm sitting here and I'm soaking it all in, like I'm pretty sure everyone else is. Listen, man. If somebody dedicate their time and their energy and their resources into studying and learning and acquiring vast knowledge on a topic, then you should heed and listen to what they have to say, because I know me. When I got a question about certain herbs and stuff, I call a sister. So it's not about people thinking that, all right, like you said, that brother came in late. Oh, now y'all just going on the herbs and stuff. Nah, brother, you don't know. You're better off asking if you don't know. And that's how I see it, man. Sometimes you got to fall back. You got some brothers who's versatile in one topic, and they know more. That's their thing. My thing is, like me. Later on, we're gonna touch on movies and production. That's what I do. But when it comes to herbs, I'm ignorant of that. So, we all got our part to play. And I'm just sitting here soaking up the good information. Hopefully the family is also, so they can learn from it. We can learn from one another. That's all.
Okay,
The
so let's move on.
I'm sorry. The watchers, let me just say something. Let me just say this. Every product that I ever have on any platform, there's always instruction right underneath that product. If you want to be lazy and not take the time to read and follow the instruction, yeah, there's instruction underneath every single product. I don't have to make a video explaining it if I write the instruction right there. Okay. All right.
Right. Just like the doctors, when you go to the pharmacy will give you the pills and they give you a printout. Tell you how many times to take the pill. Make sure you eat 2 hours before you take the pill, whatever the hell is. And you read that. So same thing if you're going to get some herbs. The instructions is right there. Read it, print it out, whatever the hell you got to do. It's the same thing that you would do if you went to Big Pharma. Same
and
thing.
To be honest with you, a lot of websites don't give instruction on how to use a herb. I do that.
No, and if it gets that,
on my channel, I have 2 videos up there on how to prepare your herb. See, you guys just don't, Anyway, I'm sorry, hon. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if you listen at this point, brothers and sisters, once again, we're about to go into something else now. We have a group on Facebook called Healthy Hebrews. There's about 8,000 people in there, maybe more. I haven't checked the numbers in a while. If you brothers and sisters want to be part of this conversation more on a daily basis and learn more about this stuff and be in tune with what we're doing all the time, because I don't always bring this to the channel, then you can join the group on Facebook called Healthy Hebrews. Now, I will tell you, there's about 1,000 people. We already got 8,000 in there. This might be about close to 1,000 people waiting to get in already. And that's not on purpose, but you have people that were coming into the group causing so much chaos. I don't understand the Israelites at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with camps. She don't, if you call her phone number, she don't ask you what camp you're in. Some of you brothers, man, you're just disgusting. I put her forth having knowledge she has to help anybody. Doesn't matter. Right? So some of you dudes was coming into the group, camp banging. But you're in our group because in your camp, whatever you're in, you don't have nobody that has this knowledge. Just keep it up. You don't have that. So you come in our group, camp banging, so we have to throw a lot of niggas out. So that's the reason why sometimes there's a long way to get into the group, because we simply have to go through. What we like to do is we like to go through and look and see, do you have a picture? You know what I'm saying? What are you about? What are you posting? Not to be funny, but we just don't want everybody in there, because you had we was letting everybody in, and people were coming in there causing chaos. You're supposed to be coming in to learn about health and maybe to contribute. Maybe you know some things that we don't know. Maybe you can help answer some of the questions that are coming up in the group if we're not in the group at the moment. So we were letting everybody in, and niggas was coming in there causing chaos. So check this out, right? So check this out, right? We have the group called Healthy Hebrews. If you want to come in there on Facebook, send a request. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take some time. She's going to take some time. And I'm going to ask the other admins to take some time over the next 7 days to try to let a lot of y'all in. And you're going to get a lot from the group. So definitely come through. We apologize for those of y'all have been waiting or if there's a little bit of a wait. But I just explained the reason why. Everywhere Israelites go, some of y'all bring chaos with you. I just don't understand.
Yes,
I just don't understand.
The brothers from the other camps who come in saying that women shouldn't be teaching anything at all.
Ain't no woman teaching no scriptures on my watch. My wife doesn't teach scriptures. I don't allow it. She's sitting right there and I'm telling you, my wife doesn't teach scriptures. But Negro, if you don't know about health and a woman does, you better listen. You better listen to mommy and grandma or whatever woman. If you don't know, you better listen. If a woman knows about something about, let's say, she could build a website and you don't, you're going to say she can't tell you how to build a website. You don't? You would go to a woman to ask her to build a website if she knows to build it and you won't? You don't? Come on, stop. Brothers got to stop being stupid. It's talking about the scriptures. That's what they're not supposed to teach. But if somebody has knowledge about health and herbs and things that can cure you, you know, the old grandmothers know them old recipes, whatever, down south, you know what I'm saying, something go wrong, the child cough, grandma, give you something, whatever like that. Why wouldn't you take that? Come on, brothers got to stop being stupid. But I don't want to get caught in that hamster in the wheel. If you come in a group saying that and I see it, I'm throwing you out. Simple as that. No, I'm not going to talk to you. Hey, brother, no. If you come in there saying that, I'm going to throw you out. She don't teach scriptures. I don't allow that. But that's her gift. And so I'm allowing her to share her gift because I'm going to tell you something. Y'all just saw the testimonials. The people that have sense understand the difference between teaching scriptures and somebody helping you with your health because you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. If you can't understand that and I catch you in a group, I'm throwing you out. So going back to what I said before so we can move on, send a request. We're going to go through it. We're going to let brothers and sisters in. When you come in, be on your best behavior. That is the one place on Facebook, the one group on all of Facebook where there's no camp banging in there. I got brothers and sisters from every camp in that group. Everybody's in there.
And the conscious community too.
And Kemetic people too is in there. And we don't allow no foolishness. So if you're not in that spirit, don't come in there. Go bang somewhere else and be sick.
The name of the book is called Healthy Hebrews, guys. Healthy Hebrews. I just type it in the chat. Healthy Hebrews. I just one thing, and then I'm going to pass it over to my husband. Right. I just want to say one thing. Now, before any herbalist that you're going to, right? Any herbalist, any experienced herbalist will tell you before you begin any herbal regimen, you have to do a flush to flush out the system. And what is a flush? A flush is something that you're going to ingest that is going to help to move some of that waste and crap that you have sitting in the system, right? So I'm saying to you guys, if you do plan on embarking on some type of herbal regimen to build up your immune system, you need to do a flush, because what the flush does, it helps the body to absorb the nutrients from the herbs that you are now trying to put into the system. It helps the body to absorb all of that minerals and vitamins and nutrients that you're putting in the system. So you gotta, it's like putting clean wine into clean glass. You can't put dirty wine into clean glass, right? So you got to clean up the system first by flushing it out before you begin any herbal regimen. Okay, and if you don't know what a flush is, once again,
call the number.
Website. Huh?
Call it. Go to the website. Call the number, man. We're gonna be on this all night. Yeah. Call the number.
There you go.
Go to the website. That's it. Call the number. If you don't know what to do, listen. And by the way, last thing, herbs and herbalists don't replace doctors. We're trying to say, we're not saying that we're a replacement for doctors. She kept telling you it's prevention. The other day, somebody came to me, a brother that's very close to us as a part of our camp, came to us with a situation, and it was a situation that was above her pay grade. It was above her pay grade. So what do? When we don't know, because she doesn't know everything, right? So when we don't know, we call somebody above us, which is Patrick. And the first thing that Patrick said is before he can do anything, go to the doctor and bring him the report from the doctor.
There you go.
Then he can recommend herbs
Okay.
Let's move on. The next two topics, we're not gonna be on them very long because we're approaching an hour and a half now. So we want to make this not too dragged out, right? So the next thing that I want to talk about real quick is preparation. As I said, is in the title. The next thing about preparation is things that you brothers and sisters should have in the house. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick story, right? There was a blackout in New York in 2001, and there's always like local blackouts for whatever reason all over the country. Things happen. Con Edison or whatever power company goes down for a few hours. There's a storm, trees are down, power lines are down. You know what I'm saying? There's a hurricane, whatever, power lines are down, whatever. There was a blackout and a hurricane in Florida for like, I don't know, weeks. All right, when that last hurricane came, right? There's certain things, just like food and victuals, that brothers and sisters are supposed to have in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have in your house, right? Let me explain to you some of those things, and I'm going to pass it to her, right? Brothers and sisters, before electricity became prevalent, brothers and sisters, they used to use something in the 1800s and the 1700s called kerosene lamps. Kerosene lamps. How many of you brothers and sisters know that they still sell kerosene lamps to this day? You can buy them, right? She's holding one right now. We have it in the house. We're not just talking. We have it in the house. If you run out of electricity, right? And let's say you have your flashlights, your batteries, which we're going to get to in a minute. But let's say when all that stuff runs out, if you have kerosene oil and kerosene lamps in your house, you can still have light. While all your neighbors don't know what the hell is going on. Why do they have light next door? Because you are prepared. You're prepared. All right, brothers and sisters. Also, if you go camping on Tabernacles, you would know about this stuff. You would know about this stuff. Because these are some of the things we use when we go camping during Tabernacles. So there are things that you can have in your house to prepare yourself. And again, I say, especially if you got elderly and children, you don't have to be in the dark because there's a blackout. And the blackout doesn't have to be due to any major national event. It could be a localized event because you just been through a hurricane, or because there was a storm, a rainstorm passed through with high winds that knocked down some trees, that knocked down some power lines. And now your neighborhood might be in a blackout. What you gonna do? You need to be prepared. So unfortunately, we got to teach our people these things. So with that being said, since she's in the house, I'm gonna give it to you right now. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass it to her. Let's not dwell on this too long, though, Malika. Let's just go through this.
I just want to say that these are things that I grew up with. I didn't grow up with electricity and all that stuff. So this here was our electricity with me growing up. So this is just something that I'm used to. This is a part of my culture, part of my life. So I've always had these things in my house. I didn't just go out yesterday and buy any of this stuff. This has always been in my house. Okay, so just wanted to throw that out there. You know what else is always in my house? One of this. A machete. It's a little rusty, but I have two of them, right? I always have a machete in my house, okay? Some of you guys might ask, what do we need a machete for? Well, I tell you what, when the time comes, you're going to realize why you need a machete, okay? A couple of years ago, we lost electricity here for almost a week, right? And you got to ask yourself quickly, I don't want to stay on this too long, but you got to ask yourself, what do you do when you lose electricity for a long period of time? You have food in the house, maybe you have some meat in the refrigerator, right? You don't want it to go bad and so on and so forth. How do you prepare a meal for yourself? You got to learn how to, if you happen, I mean, for those of you who lived in an apartment building, that might be a bit more difficult. You know what I mean? But if you live in a place where you are able to build a fire outside, like what I did, my husband, he has to go to work. I have to go to work. We have to eat. We had no electricity. It's in the middle of winter. And I went outside and built a fire and I cook. okay? Because that's what you do when you no longer have access to the what the white man has made so comfortable for us, right? You have to go back to the drawing board, go back to nature. That's what you do, and you have to learn how to do it. All right, get yourself pots that you can put outside and cook with on an open fire. They have a lot of those pots. You can find them at Walmart. You can even find them at the vitamin at the dollar store. Okay, they're very cheap. Cook outside, build a fire and cook. Ladies, you got to learn how to build a fire and cook outside if crap ever hit the fan. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that. Flashlight, they're very cheap. Make sure you always have them in the house, okay? Yes, ma'am. Sister Mika. I didn't know you were Jamaican, Sister Mika. All right, well, there you go. Okay, so those are just some things that I wanted to show you guys. All right, I'm sure there's a whole lot more stuff. Make sure you guys are, always have these things in your house, man. Always.
Batteries.
I keep a machete in the house because if I need to go chop down some wood in the middle of winter because I need to cook something because I have no, there you go. All right. You got an electric saw, but you have no electricity. That saw is not going to work. This will work for me. Okay. There you go.
They sell generators at Walmart and Home Depot. Some of them are electric generators where you can plug them into the wall. And if power goes out, because I know they have the generators that run off of gasoline. If you live in a city or you live in an apartment building, you can't have that. But they have generators that run off electricity. They're charged through electricity. And then when power goes out, it's already charged, and you can actually plug your refrigerator in there and different things like that. You see what I'm saying? These are things that we're talking about because we know situations are going to come. Both we know that the system at some point is going to go down. There's going to be chaos. But even before that, there's just localized events due to weather and different things that happen where if you learn to be prepared for situations, you're always one step ahead. And I learned the first time that I was in a blackout, which was like 2001. That wasn't the first time I was in a blackout, but the first time I was in a major blackout where I used to live in the projects here in New York City, right? So, the projects was the last place that got electricity back. The rest of the city got electricity, but the projects got electricity back on last. And them no good sand dwelling. I'm trying to find some good words here, man. Arabs that own the corner stores here in New York City, they were selling bottled water for $7. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? Bottled water for $7 to the people in the projects who's already poor, who have no electricity, who didn't have none of this stuff in the house, who got children. Now they have for one bottle of water $7. Okay, and if you want cold water, you're gonna go get it, or whatever they was doing, or whatever else you might want, you're gonna go get it. They was price gouging. Okay, so these are things, like I said, it may not seem like nothing to people, but if you have listen, if you're alone, if you're by yourself. When I was by myself before I had a family, whatever like that, it was one thing. But once you have a family and people you care about, you can't think the same. And some of you sisters that have children and you have no husband, you are especially vulnerable. Especially vulnerable. Some of you brothers and sisters that are up in age, you are especially vulnerable. That's why sometimes it's not always good to be by yourself. I'm not saying you got to be in a camp, but you got to know some people, know some brothers and sisters that you trust. And y'all got to network and work together, right? And some of you brothers and sisters that are in camps, I said this the other day on the live stream, you got to ask your elders and your leaders, what's the plan? If you're not hearing nothing, you need to question where you are. I told brothers and sisters in the camp the other day, the majority of brothers and sisters in my camp live in the city, right? So I said to them, listen, common sense tells you if it goes down, electricity goes down in the middle of winter and you need to cook, whatever like that, everybody knows here in New York City that all these parks here in New York City have grills in them, all of them. Get some charcoal and go to the nearest park by you and light the grill right there. You can cook. Who says you can't cook? You're just not thinking. You can cook. They also sell the little grills they sell in Walmart, whatever, for $10. You buy in the box, it's $10. You just open it up, set it up, put some charcoal in there, whatever like that, and you keep it. You may never need it, but you keep it in case you have to boil some water or do something like that. Let's say the water goes down, right? Or let's say the water supply becomes contaminated, right? You might have to boil water to boil the impurities out this thing. How you gonna do that? How you gonna do that if you have no electricity? So you buy a grill. You don't just buy a grill because you're gonna have a cookout, you know what I'm saying, in a park in the summertime. No, you keep a grill in your house that you're gonna use, and don't just, once you buy it, don't just leave it in the park once the summer is over. No, you might need that because you're not someplace where you can build a fire. There's always alternatives, and we don't expect you to know everything, right? But sometimes if you are in amongst a body of people, you have different people with different ideas and different things that you didn't think about. That's why sometimes the Most High said, in the multitude of counselors, there's safety. Sometimes for some of you brothers and sisters, there's safety in being a part of a body. Not for everybody, but for some of y'all. Or if you're not part of a body, like I said, get with some brothers and sisters that think like you, that you guys can have some type of network set up, and you don't got to discuss it online, what you're going to do in case of this, that, and the third. That's not for everybody to know. It's for you to know. I've been having these discussions amongst my camp, amongst them. It's not for all of y'all to know what we're going to do, because there's laws in place on the books, like I told y'all, where there's anti-hoarding acts and all types of stuff on the books that we don't even know about. So whatever we're going to do, we're going to do, and we ain't going to say. But you're supposed to have a plan.
Right.
The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, I'm going to let you come in right now, Elder. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, where there's no vision, the people fail. Now, the vision, first and foremost, is the Bible. But on another level, on a surface level, as leaders, if you have a leader that doesn't have a vision, that's not giving you a vision of what to do, that doesn't have no foresight to see ahead of what's coming, not just what's in front of them, but what's coming, then you in the wrong place. Go ahead, Elder.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be your own leader also. If you're in a
Yes.
position where you don't see the leadership, you got to take it upon yourself, be your own leader. But I just want to say one thing also. In the preparations, I'm not sure if the sister's going to go over this, but a medical kit is also good to have. You know what I'm saying? You should always have some type of alcohol, you know, to retard some type of infection. God forbid somebody get hurt. You should have at least a little bottle of iodine. You should have gauze. You should have some type of gauze if you that medical wrap in case somebody get hurt. You never know, man, because it could get hectic, and people trying to leave and exit the city, you know, and you never know. Accidents happen because people ain't thinking the right way. Also, you got to know where you're going. You should have a rally point where you and your family meet up at. You know, brothers in the camp, brothers in our immediate surroundings. We have a spot where we're gonna meet up at. I mean, it could change as time goes on, but people out there, if you're really thinking, like the elder talk about foresight, you never know what could happen. It's best to be prepared. Have some place where you know that you and your family is gonna meet up at if y'all got separated. If you get separated, you can tell your family, listen, we're going to meet here, right? By a certain time. And once y'all all meet up, then y'all can say, hey, we're going to go over there. You know what I mean? That's why it's good to keep relationships open, man. You can't be like a hermit living by yourself. I know in the social media era, it's good to just lock in and that's it. But it's not good. See, a lot of people in America, they got families spread apart. I know you got family down south, you got family out west. Hey, you need to reach out to them and say, hey, bro, hey, cuz, how you? What's going on? Yo, you been watching what's going on with this corona thing? Yo, it's crazy, right? Hey, look, cuz, I know you all the way down in Virginia. You all the way down in North Carolina. You in Florida. Listen, God forbid if anything happened, we might have to come stay with you, or you might have to come up here, wherever. It's good to cultivate that relationship or get reacquainted. Because I know a lot of us, we don't talk to our family members. That's bad, man. But a lot of us don't talk to our family members. So it's good to and if you ain't got good family, because a lot of us, even though we don't have good family members, we might not have no family, but we might have friends who take the place of family members, and that's just as good. You know what I'm saying? So you should have a rally point in addition to the go bag, like what the elder's talking about, having foresight. And one last thing, the sister touched on it. You saw she pulled out that big machete. You should have protection. You should have some type of protection, because if the fertilizer hit the fan, right, people who have, right, they're going to be valuable. And the people who have not, they're going to be hunting the people who have. So I suggest you get you some type of weapon. If it's that pow pow thing, you better be about that life. I'm not talking about going in the streets doing no nigga ish. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you have a family with children. I have a 3-year-old son. I also have a 14-year-old son. I also have cousins. I also have brothers. I'm not going to let nobody do no harm to them. And you shouldn't let nobody do no harm to your family. Especially like the elder was talking about, sisters who don't have no husband. They're going to have to be their own leader. They're going to have to be the man and woman and everybody in one. So, sisters, if you can legally, I don't know how it's going to go down now. It's already a state of national emergency. Who knows? It could be a matter of time before they suspend the right for you to own weapons and bear arms and whatnot. They haven't done it now, but trust me, you can see that drum beat and you see where it's going. So if you ain't have no type of protection, it could get ugly out here. And I'm going to talk about that later, because Esau also tells us what he's going to do before he do it. A lot of y'all watch these dystopian movies about the future and stuff like that, and you be like, man, that's crazy. I hope it never Guess what, Negro? It's getting like that. So be prepared. Go ahead, sis.
So Malika, let's
I'm just gonna finish up, and you guys can something that Brother Zahab mentioned earlier. We can prepare with the gauze and the medical kit and all that stuff, but we have to go back to nature, man. If you happen to be out there in the woods and you don't have any gauze and this, that, and the third, what you can do, is you can burn some wood and take the ashes from the wood, and that will stop an infection and also stop the bleeding from a wound, from the wound. And if you also have activated charcoal, right, you can use that to put on, it helps to pull the toxins and prevent an infection in the wound as well. This is something that my grandmother did way back in the days for us when we get a little cut, all over our bodies. The ashes from the fire that she cooked with outside, you put that on the wound, it stopped the bleeding, and it also pulls anything that might get the wound infected. So for those of you who are out there, would like to go hiking and whatever, also on my channel, I have done videos where I go out there when I'm going for my hiking and stuff like that. I stop and I might do a little video showing you guys how to identify herbs when you're out there in the woods. God forbid if you're out there and you get stung by a bee, or you get poison ivy on your skin. I probably have 30 views on that video because nobody cares about that crap, right? But if you happen to be out there and something bit you or whatever, you swollen up, I show you certain herb that you can out there in the wild, you can pick that herb, rub it on the area, and you stop that pain. It stopped the swelling. You know what I mean? Just showing you guys how to identify herbs when you're out there in the wild. So we got to do better. We got to come together and learn these things, man. Not just for now, but I'm talking in general. We got to come together and learn how to prepare and take care of ourselves. We happen to be out there and things start happening.
Right. Now, I want to say I know we're covering a lot, and we're going to break it down into small increments. Like I said, I told y'all before, I'm going to dedicate more shows like this every so often. Now more often than even before, talking about these things one by one, because we're just throwing a lot of things out there. I want to be able to focus in on each one of these things that we talked about, things you should have in your house, so forth and so on. We're gonna focus in more laser, but we just wanted to give people a general idea of what it is you should be thinking and how you should be thinking in these days, because it's better to be prepared so you don't have to panic. All while putting our faith in the Most High God Yahweh. All right. So now I want to move on to the next topic that I want to discuss before we go. And I kind of touched on it a little bit last show, but now I have Zaab actually on the phone with us. So the main thing that we have to do is the Most High called us into this truth to wake our people up, to clean ourselves up individually, clean our spirits up, etc., and also to wake our people up, right? Not everybody that passes by the camp is going to take heed to the word because they passed by the camp and we gave them a flyer. Not everybody, as a matter of fact, the vast majority of our people are not online, so they're not watching these videos where we're breaking scriptures down, so forth and so on. Some of our people are going to come into the truth through other means. Sometimes you got to break down certain walls, right? That's why you have so many brothers that's doing truth music now, right? It's not because brothers want to be like Drake and brothers want to be like Migos and brothers want to be like Meek Mill. That's not the reason why. We know that music is a universal language for our people. And so when people can see that you can make truth music and it still sounds good, and you still can enjoy it, and you still could dance to it, you still could vibe to it. And it doesn't have to, even though you're given a message, it can still have all the same elements that all the music in the world has. It has all the negative elements. That's the reason why Brothers is doing it. And it opens people up now to want to hear the message. People are coming in through truth music. Well, guess what? The next bastion that we have to conquer is film, because everybody's always in tune with films and movies. And on the other side, Hollywood sometimes will show you reality in their movies, but also put a spin to it to make you think that it's fantasy. They're telling you what's going to happen, what's really happening, what their plans are. But then at the end of the movie or something like that, they put some BS in there to kind of throw you off, right? We can do the same thing. We can make films and put messages in there and put the truth in there. How long are we going to complain because the white man makes these movies about the Israelites in Egypt and Jesus and Paul and this one and that one, and everybody in there is white? How long are we going to complain because Hollywood makes movies where the Egyptians are white and everybody's white? How long are you going to complain? What you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? How long are we going to complain because even black directors like Tariq Nasheed will do 5, 6 Hidden Colors movies and there's no Israelites in there? How long are we going to complain? Well, the Most High has blessed us with talented brothers so far. There might be some sisters, I'm not aware, that have actually started doing documentaries. Like, shout out to Brother Ron Dalton. He has the whole Hebrews to Negroes thing going on. And he has another documentary coming out called The Curses of Israel, right? So for those of y'all that don't know, because I've never taken for granted that everybody knows this, the brother Zaab, he put out a film, I'm going to say it was now going on 2 years ago, called Set Apart. Some of y'all saw it. It's right here on this channel. It's a short film called Set Apart. If you go to YouTube and you type in Set Apart, Maccabees TV, the film will pop right up. Y'all can watch it. So the brother is coming back with another film called Charagma. What is the Charagma, right? So now the movie is very appropriate. I'm going to pass the floor to him so he can go ahead and he can break everything down. But it's really appropriate. And if you have spiritual eyes, it's really spiritual. At the time his brother was writing the film and putting it together and getting everything together, we had no idea that the things that we're seeing right now playing out before our eyes on the news would be happening. So that's how we know the Bible is right. When the Bible says man's goings is of the Lord, how therefore can a man understand his ways? We discussed amongst ourselves doing Set Apart Part 2 before we did Charagma. He knows that. He's going to tell y'all about it. But the spirit moved him that we weren't going to do a sequel to Set Apart. Not yet. We need to do Charagma. And it's spiritual because the movie is right on point with what's going on. So with that being said, Brother Zaab, if you want to go ahead and you can speak on it and you can ask Sister Malika to show whatever you want her to show.
Okay, Khan. First off, I want to thank everybody who supported Set Apart. That movie we did, I'm not going to say me, it's a we thing. Brothers in Lions of Israel, we formed a little production company and we made that movie out of the zeal that we had to teach our people to say, hey, even though you in the world, you can still try to keep the commandments, you can still try to do the right thing, even though you got pressures against you. So I want to thank everybody who ever supported that short film. That film is on Vimeo. And I'm gonna let you know, brothers and sisters, we ain't make no money off that. We spent our own money out of our pockets. Why? Because we see as though it was something that needed to be done. So first off, I just want to say thank you for the brothers and sisters, because you know what? You could have tricked that money off for something else. So I want to thank you. What I want to talk about before I go into Charagma real quick is, you heard the elder Daniela said this before, this phrase, right? And the phrase holds so true. There's a phrase called popular persuasion. Now, what does that mean? Popular persuasion means that if, let's say, an agenda is being pushed, right? They will slowly indoctrinate the people with that agenda throughout the media, whether it be in song, whether it be in movies, whether it be in any type of media. They'll try to indoctrinate you with it. What am I talking about? Look at perfect example. Everybody know what's going on with Dwayne Wade's son, right? And the whole push to effeminize young black boys. That's been going on for a long time. And you see it in certain movies, certain videos, and certain movements, to the point where we're at a point where you can't say nothing against certain people unless you run the risk of being thrown out there, being called out, being demonetized, being, you know what I mean? Being the face of quote unquote some type of phobia, which I don't even understand, but that's another issue. I just want to bring it about to let you see and understand about populist persuasion and how it's being used on us right now. What do I mean? Also, look at this whole coronavirus thing, right? At first, everybody thought about, hey, it was only a Chinese thing. It was only a virus in Chinese. Everybody was laughing, right? Oh, to hell with Moab, or to hell with them Chinese. They nasty anyway. They eating bats, rats, cats, anything you think of, they can eat. And brothers and sisters over here was laughing at them like, yeah, deservedly so. But now, guess what? The coronavirus just spread. Now it's everywhere. Now it's going to dictate your life. But hold up. Where have you seen that before? Some virus spread and there's a national quarantine on everybody. Brothers and sisters, they tell you this already in certain movies. How many of y'all remember this movie called Outbreak? With what's his name? Dustin Hoffman. And who else was in it? I want to say Samuel L. Jackson was in it. But the movie, the premise of the movie, real quick, was about a monkey in the jungles of Africa, of course. You know what they're going with it. And it had some type of virus, and the virus jumped from the monkey to humans, and then somebody brought it back, and it was just crazy. And they had to shut down a whole city. When you get a chance, go watch that movie Outbreak. They letting you know what they had planned years ago. There's another movie called World War Z with what's his name? What's that cracker name? Brad Pitt. And it shows you about a virus that turned people into zombies. Listen, sometimes you got to really discern a lot of the movies that Hollywood is bringing out. That whole zombie apocalypse thing is here, but it's not zombies. It's you, brothers and sisters.
Right.
You and the regular population, you are the zombie. And you are going to be rounded up, hunted down, and killed. And they let you know about it. Why? Because they want to persuade the people into accepting their fate. That, you know what? Maybe I am a zombie. Maybe I need to go tested for corona. Maybe I need to self-quarantine. See, once they have you thinking like that, then it's okay. The next step is easy because you're already accepting it and you're going along with it. So, brothers and sisters, popular persuasion has been out there. Is what the government uses on us to get us to bend to their will subconsciously. Now, the movie in question that we're talking about is called Charagma. For those of you who don't know, Charagma is a Greek word. Where can we find it? It's right there in the scriptures, brothers and sisters. If you open up the book of Revelation, chapter 13, right? And you jump down to verse 16, it tells you that. It tells you, now, we all know that the book of Revelation was, what's the original tongue it was written in? Greek, right? So unless you're a scholar and you could read fluent Greek, you would know this. But most of us aren't. So we're not going to take anything for granted. When you read the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, I'm paraphrasing, it tells you that great and all, right? He shall call, who's that he? The beast shall cause all to receive a mark. The word mark in the Greek tongue is charagma. That's where we get the name of the movie, charagma. It's the mark. It's basically talking about the mark of the beast. Now, before we go any further, I just want to stop y'all before y'all even get into what is the mark of the beast. Is it this? Is it that? Listen, right now, your opinion is meaningless. It doesn't mean nothing what you think what the mark of the beast is and what it's not. What you need to understand is that the scripture says he shall cause all to receive a mark. Don't that sound like a mandatory whatever? When it says cause all, free and bond, rich and poor, that no man shall buy and sell without it, that sounds like something that's mandatory. So now you stop and you look around, you're like, well, what's mandatory? Nothing right now, but you never know. You understand what I'm saying? What we're trying to do is teach our people through certain mediums, whether it be music and in this instance, movies. Just be aware. That's all we're talking about. Be aware, right? We could discuss, we could have another live on what is the mark of the beast and how it's going to be implemented. But all I'm saying is just be aware so you don't fall victim, right? So now the premise to the movie is this, without giving too much away. The main character, right, is a Jake who was in the military, and he got kicked out of the military. And then he met some Israelites, right? And basically he became an Israelite. They start teaching him who he is, and he starts to live with them, and he becomes a part of the group, right? But this is set right before the time when we have some type of cataclysmic event, right? Like we're having right now. What is a cataclysmic event? A cataclysmic event is something that's pan, like pan meaning global or world that affects everybody in the world, just like the coronavirus. Now, the movie doesn't mention the coronavirus, but it goes into some type of cataclysmic event which caused martial law. And when you turn around and you look around, what's going on? You see the coronavirus, and that's causing martial law, quote unquote. You don't believe we're under martial law right now? What did your president, Agent Orange, what did he say yesterday? He said, quote unquote, he's declaring a state of national emergency. Well, brothers and sisters, that is martial law. It's just not being said in the words you're thinking about it, but are they not implementations being done? Like right now, like the elder says, there's a town called New Rochelle where you have the National Guard that's already quarantined the whole town. That ain't martial law. You got Walmart and certain big box stores telling you how many bottles of water you could buy. That ain't martial law. You got the president, right? At his press conference, he brought out that he's partnering with Google and Walmart and CVS and all these mega corporations to bring about to help the cure. Brothers and sisters, don't believe that. That's martial law. Why? Because you're going to have to go to only a few people to get the coronavirus or to get tested. People like what? What did he mention? Cigna. He mentioned oh my God, there's a company that does basically medical tests. The name is slipping my mind right now, but he mentioned that company, Quest Diagnostics. That's what it is. Well, Quest Diagnostics, Donald Trump already gave them the green light to start making and mass producing, right, the tests. You have a company called Roche Laboratories. You got all these companies that Donald Trump and the government, when I say Trump, Trump is he's just a puppet. He's just the face, right? But when I say Trump, I'm talking the elites who are using him. They already make these backdoor deals. All that's going on already. You, the monkey, don't know what's going on as the populace. So yes, we are under martial law. So the movie Charagma talks about identifying what is the mark of the beast and how can you avoid it. And it's going to ask some serious questions. It's going to ask a question like this. What if you're starving? You out in the woods. We talk about preparation. The priest just talked about that. Sister Malika just talked about how we have to learn to start a fire, how we have to learn how to survive, get back to nature. Well, guess what? What if they starve you out? And you got no other choice but to take some type of a mark before you can get food. And you got a 1 month, you got a newborn baby and the baby's crying. Are you going to give in? Brothers and sisters, these are questions we got to ask. I know back in the biblical time, you could say, nah, we'll never give in. We'll rather die before that. What am I talking about? If you ever get a chance to read up on the siege of Masada, you could understand the Romans surrounded. Masada was a hilltop fortress. I'm speaking the truth, right, Elder? Masada is a hilltop fortress, and the Romans who went in and took siege, it was Israelites who used to live in that fortress because we was at war with the Romans. You know what they did? They starved them out. And the only way that the Romans could get to Masada was by some sellout Israelites who showed them how to get them. But neither here nor there. The point is this: we are under a system of martial law. So the movie Charagma is dealing with that. It's asking questions. How far would you go? What would you do? Would you die for your family? Or if they captured you and you know there's other Israelites somewhere out in the woods hiding, would you reveal it? Would you reveal their location? What if they tortured you? See, all these questions we got to ask, and I try to put that in the movie. I need y'all to support this movie when it comes out, brothers and sisters. Now y'all talk about different people doing movies, so I do want to shout out to the brother Ron Dalton. He's going to be a part of it also. There's another brother out there doing other movies, brother Dennis Delamar for Zion Studios. It's a lot of people out there who's making films that they gearing it to waking our people up. All we ask is for your support, brothers and sisters, because now is the time. Now is our salvation nearer. Like we always read when we go to camp, man. We read in the book of Romans. Now is our salvation nearer. Why? Because the persecution is here. Listen, it's set up. Listen, let me ask you this. Depending on what you believe is the mark of the beast. Some people say the mark of the beast is a microchip implant that everyone has to be implanted before you could get food, before you could get necessities to survive and live. Some people say no. Some people say the mark of the beast is Christianity. Some people say the mark of the beast is keeping the commandments or not keeping the commandments or following doctrines. But my question to you is this. Whatever you think the mark is, you have to substantiate it and back it up with scriptures. The scripture says, he shall cause all, great and small, to receive a mark. You understand? So now if it's all, what system of implementation is going to be used that everybody must get a mark? You got to think about that. Now, I'm not saying it's the vaccine, but I am saying that the mechanism is already there. If you could if you could cause a pandemic and you could lock down a country like Italy and force everybody to quarantine themselves, then the implementation is there already. You know, these are just questions we need to ask, brothers and sisters. So I'm gonna fall back. If y'all have any questions, sisters, check the chat. If y'all have any questions, ask me. But
Well, Zab, do you want? You send her something. Do you want to show it or what?
Oh yeah, this is a small snippet of the movie. The sister want to play it real quick. This movie will be out by the summertime, brothers and sisters. It should be out by June, July, the latest.
I'm sorry.
Go back and make it bigger. Make it bigger.
Now this snippet is less than 30 seconds. It's just a quick like a snippet, just to give you an insight on what we're trying to relate to the people. Go ahead, sister, play it. You see what I'm saying? That has a little bit of elements we're trying to reach the people. You see where we're talking about living out in the woods. You see where we're talking about people.
Play it one more time. Malika, while he's talking, play it one more time.
Yeah, you can play, sister, while I'm talking. We're dealing, look, you have certain people who are fomenting this, right? Certain people who are enemies, who are natural enemies, man. They're the ones behind a lot of this. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to jump out of the window. I'm going to tell you. This whole coronavirus thing is manipulated, is man-made. You understand what I'm saying? More people die from influenza, right, over the years, just the regular flu, than people have died from this coronavirus. But that's not the point. The point is this. They want to get you in a state of frenzy where they could push their own agenda. You understand? Now the agenda could be, now I'm just speaking as a man. The agenda could be, all right, now that we have everybody quarantined, before we get you back to where you need to be, you're going to have to take a mark. The scripture specifically talking about buying and selling. Well, what just happened last week? The stock market crashed, didn't it? They have a fail-safe, a safety switch where if the Dow Jones hit a certain number or goes below a certain number, it automatically cuts off. It cut off twice last week. So now you have people talking about, well, look, if I'm going to quarantine, I can't go to work. Who's going to watch my kids? In New York, the mayor of New York City, de Blasio, he's talking about, all right, he might shut the school system down. Right? You got to think about that. Now, if you can't go to work, nobody's home to watch the kids, right? How you going to live? How you going to survive? Remember, the scriptures talk about the curses on Israel, man. A lot of us is poor. A lot of us, we come from single family housing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we don't have more than $200 in our savings. Some of us got nothing. If you lost your job today, brothers and sisters, how would you survive tomorrow? How would you survive? Because we don't have no savings. We don't have nothing. So we all dependent on the Most High, man. And we're dependent on each other. So in closing, the movie is called Charagma. For more information, you could reach me. I'm on Instagram. You could reach me at Maroon Warrior Films, right? If you want to support me, my Cash App is on the screen. It's $ Maroon Warrior Films. You could go to the website. Hey, sister, could you go back to the website? The website is called thecharagma.com. Now, not only are we doing, this movie is a short film. It's going to be a short film, but we're also doing a documentary to go with it. What's the documentary about? The documentary is about the mark of the beast, what it is, and how it will be implemented. And I'm not going to let the cat out the bag, but it's going to be a lot of familiar faces you see in it. A lot of surprises. We're going to have a lot of people who you know, people you might not know, given their expertise or their version or their truth of what they see the mark of the beast is, back with scripture and back with some type of facts. We're not just talking just to be talking. You understand? It's up to you to dissect and disseminate the information and understand and make a choice. What do you consider it is? If you like, I'm not going to mention a certain camp. There's a very big camp. They said the mark of the beast is not the microchip. All right, fine. But they also say, look, if it's not the microchip, but we're not telling people to go have no surgical have nothing implanted in their skin. They do say that. And then you have another large camp. They're saying that, look, it can't be the microchip because we already have microchips in our debit cards. We already have microchips. Yeah, I understand that. But what are you going to do when the banking system shuts down? And don't tell me it can't happen. All you got to do is look to history. Look at Greece. 4 or 5 years ago, Greece came almost to a grinding halt. The economy was dead in the water. So don't tell me it can't. The banking system can't go down.
Hey, Zab, you know what I was thinking? You know what I was thinking real quick the other day? I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but it just dawned on me how easy it is for them to get rid of money. We always talk about them getting rid of money. I'm not saying they're gonna get rid of it, right? But how easy it is, right? Remember they've been saying that the money has coronavirus on it?
Yes.
They can do away with paper dollars tomorrow by saying that, you know what I'm saying, the coronavirus is on the money. They're not accepting money nowhere no more. It's that easy.
You got paid. You go into the ATM. You get that. you get that alert on your cell phone. You know they already hijacked the airwaves, so they could alert on anything. You get a text, due to such and such, and because of such and such, we're now banning the use of all money. You dig what I'm saying? And they already got the system in place. They could use what is known as digital currency, like Bitcoin or whatever. I mean, this thing could play out any which way, man. We just got to stand firm in the Most High and understand that, look, all these things was already pre-written. The scriptures talk about Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. You got to you got to understand what's going on. You ain't got to be an expert, but at least have some rudimentary knowledge of how some things work. So when the ish hit the fan, you know how to react. Why? Because you already planned for it. You already was listening to Danya Allah. You already got a go back prepared. You got a rally point with your family. Somebody gets sick, you already know because you're dealing with Sister Malika. She taught you about the herbs, right? You already know certain things because you're prepared. You watching certain movies and documentaries and people helping to break. Listen, the time for the foolishness is over, man. Real quick before I end, LeBron James last week made a statement. He said, a reporter asked him, listen, what if because of coronavirus the fans can't come to the stadium? What did he say? Nope, I'm not playing. I do what I do for the fans. Now look what happened. The NBA season is suspended. He's not playing nothing. Brothers and sisters, it don't matter how much money you have or how much influence or how high a level you think you on. Listen, you're just a spoke in the wheel. But it has to happen because how else are they going to persecute us? How else is Yahweh Shah going to come, the Most High going to send them back unless it's great persecution? This. Listen, man, we comfortable in America, man. We comfortable. It's not, persecution ain't start yet. It's about to, but it ain't there yet. So once again, in closing, brothers and sisters, help people who are trying to make movies that are relevant, trying to make music that's relevant, that could uplift you, that could try to educate you, do something, inspire you more so. You know, the movie's called Charagma. The website is called thecharagma.com. There's also merchandise if you want to support like that. Also, we have t-shirts and stuff like that. I'm gonna let y'all know something, brothers and sisters. Making movies and stuff is not a cheap ass endeavor, none whatsoever. I know Daniela said that, and I just gotta reiterate. Listen, man, making a movie just because and the first movie we did, Set Apart, I'm gonna be honest with you, we did it out of love. We kind of knew what we was doing, but we didn't know the full amount. You want movies that you see on Netflix, it's gonna cost you. You want to see movies like you see on Hulu, it's gonna cost you. Just for the right camera, the lens, the crew, then you gotta pay for the location, then you gotta edit. Listen, it's a lot, right? We're not crying, but what we're telling you is this. When we do something out of love and we ask for your support, it's only because we need to. You know, if I had the bread, all I'd do is just quit my job and make movies and write scripts and write stories all day, every day for Israel, for my people, waking my people up, edifying my people. But unfortunately, I'm not at that level. So it's a journey we all got to take, right? So again, I'm on Instagram, Maroon Warrior Films. Also, listen, if you got an idea for a script and you need help writing it, reach out to me. You got an idea for a short series or something, reach out to me. I'm open. Right now, I got a business on the side where I'm writing I ghostwrite people's memoirs and novels and ideas and stuff like that. Look, we gotta make money some way, and we also gotta exercise the thing that the Most High gave us as a gift. Right? So charagmathemovie.com. Check it out and look it out. That movie should be out by June, July the latest. We're looking for a summer release. And listen, we're taking it on the road also. We want to debut it in different cities. I know for a fact Atlanta, New York, if it be the Lord will, St. Louis, Chicago, certain places where we have a certain Black population that we got people who want to learn and people will be receptive of this information. All right.
All right. I did share. I'm gonna share the link to the website for the movie again. And I want to say something about this. I want to say something about the movie. Okay. I'm gonna say something. My husband mentioned earlier. Brother Tariq Nasheed makes movies, right? And yes, I just shared a link in the chat there to the website that the brother just mentioned, Charagma. Thecharagma.com. But let me say this. You have a brother named Tariq Nasheed that makes movies, right? Now, his latest movie is going to be something about Levi. There's something in there that's going to be about our people in the Caribbean, right? He's working on Levi in Haiti, right? And our people in the Caribbean. Now, I don't really have anything against the. Let me choose my word wisely, okay? The one thing I have, I pay attention to this brother here, and one he has a vitriol for so-called black folks who are not from America, okay? And we're not about that life, okay? We're for all our people. It doesn't matter where we're from, okay? That's what we're about. He doesn't care about the Hebrew Israelite community, okay? So I personally would not support anything that he does, okay? But he is about to make money off of the Israelite because our population in the Caribbean, right? Okay, he has something. There's something that he has against Caribbean folks. I don't know what it is, but there's something against the Caribbean folks that he's always going with the Caribbean folks, and he's about to go make some money off of our people there in Haiti and Jamaica. He was just in Jamaica a few months ago, right? He travels the Caribbean and he's trying to do a documentary. The point I'm trying to make is this, right? Our people are supporting this guy, okay? They're giving him thousands of dollars for these movies that he's doing, right? And here we have a brother, a Hebrew Israelite in the truth, who's making money, who's making movies about Israelite, our people. And if we can't support a dollar, at least a dollar, $5, or even a dollar, right? Go to his website, click on the donate button, and drop $1 in it. We have how many people in the chat? I don't know, maybe 100. There you go, right? Just $1 towards this brother making a movie about us. Here you have a brother who is causing division in the community against Black Americans and Black people from the Caribbean, and just a whole bunch of division that he's causing among the people, right? Can't stand this Black people from over here and all over the place, right? And our people are supporting him like this, right? But he's making money off of us, right? But we have a brother right here who is doing the right thing, and he's making a movie about us. And we're asking for a little bit of support so the brother can put his movies together. He's gonna do it without you regardless, but we're just asking you for a little bit of your support so the brother can hurry up and put the movie together so we can see it. Because I've been waiting to see this movie. Okay, in case you guys didn't realize, yeah.
You said
You're
you said
waiting
the
to see
right
it.
thing. It's coming out regardless. It's coming out
I
regardless.
know,
by hook
I
or
know.
crook. But
I
we would
know.
love
Yeah, you
people to
waiting to
help
see
out,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
You waiting to see it because you in it. That's why you waiting to see it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I forgot to
And in
mention.
And
case you guys
can I just? I want to close out right now because I don't want to go past 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I want to say this right. It was to a point where a lot of you Israelites, man, you don't believe in nothing until you see it done. Like you can't believe things could be done, right? Like I was in the first film. It's not about me, right? And the brother was trying to include some of you brothers and sisters in the films. You could be in it. You know what I'm saying? You can, see what it's all about. I had to wind up being in this one too. Because Israel don't believe, because a lot of y'all don't believe that we as Israelites could do things. You see the conscious community doing things, you see them doing all types of stuff. But for some reason, we don't believe in this Israelite thing. So we had to be in this film too to show y'all it could be done, right? But this is just the beginning because there's going to be way more. Everything that we do is not going to be a short film, right? So support the brother. Y'all see his Cash App there, man. You know what I mean? Give the brother $1 or $2 or $5, whatever like that. Like we're not. Okay.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry, Elder. I just want to say, listen, there's a lot of scamming in our community, so I understand what people they kind of desensitize to try to help one another on donation. What I'm saying is this: if you choose not to do it right now, so be it. It's all good. But what I am going to provide by the next live that let me not say the next live, by next week, hopefully the priest will have me back on. I'll have shirts. I'll have merchandise for the movie. So if you don't even feel as though you want to give out your heart, at least support me by buying some type of merchandise for the movie. So it's not like I'm out here begging. I got real legit merchandise for the movie. You understand? And I also have an Indiegogo page that I'm gonna release live this week if you want to support like that also. In addition to that, there's so many things that I got planned that I want to help the people, and I want the people to understand that, look, this is a work in progress, but we're not out here scamming nobody. We're not taking nobody money and not delivering no product. We're not doing that. What we do is for the benefit of our people. And all we have is our word, and all we have is each other. You understand? So I'm standing right here to let you know that whatever you give is being put towards the movie, and it's also being put towards making other projects, because we got so much stuff on deck that we're ready to do. It's not even funny. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm going to let Daniela talk about it. But just understand, brothers and sisters, we got to do this together.
Israel is not ready for mine. I know that. Yeah, so, you know, all right, brothers and sisters.
Project coming out.
We just showed sneak peek just now. What is this?
Show it one more. Listen, Malika, show it one more time. We're going to end because this is going kind of long. So show it one more time.
He's been in the chat.
And I want, before you hit the play button, right? And I want people to look at the quality. This doesn't look like he shot this. Don't play it yet. It doesn't look like he shot it with his cell phone or with a cheap camera. When you see those two white men there, look at the quality of the cinematography, if that's the word. That you see. You know what I'm saying? Look at the quality. That costs, brothers and sisters, to have those cameras. Yeah. And in the place where we filmed that at. Like when you see the brother walking down the hallway with the guards behind him walking down the hallway, we had to go someplace and rent it out to film that. Y'all don't understand. Like it's good stuff, brothers and sisters. So play that one more time, but really take a look. I know it's short, but take a look.
Also, that's raw footage you're looking at. Hold on, sis.
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's
Move that out the way. Click hide. Move that out the way.
It's raw footage.
All right.
So what do I mean by raw footage? I mean it's not color graded yet. So that's raw footage, and what you see in the theater is gonna be way more polished. You dig what I'm saying? So we're gonna have a theatrical release because we're doing a documentary and a movie together. So you're really gonna get your money's worth, brothers and sisters. We just gotta support one another. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, and we do have our brother Priest Daniela in the movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I really didn't want. I wanted somebody else to have a chance. I didn't want to, you know. But listen, I put my hand in wherever I could help. If it's music, I put my hand in that. If it's film, I put my hand in that. When it comes to teaching, I put my hand in that. However I could help build my people up and build this truth up, that is what I do. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we need people. If you real quick, because I'm gonna get ready to end this, but if you have a talent as far as editing films, if you know anything about sound, if you know anything about writing scripts, if you want to be in a film, maybe, and you have a little bit, some of you brothers and sisters may have been a part of the drama club in college or high school or something, you know about acting, and maybe some of you sisters out there are good, talented with sewing, and you know you can make clothing, garments, whatever for films, costumes, whatever. If you have that talent, reach out to the brother Maroon Warrior Films on Instagram or contact them on the website. You're needed. You're needed. And we don't discriminate because you're not in our camp. We leave that for other camps to do. If you're not with us, you can't. No, we don't do that. If you have a talent and we could use it, we're going to use you, because when Christ comes, he's abolishing all the camps. We're going to be a nation again. So with that being said, Zahab, you have the last word, and then Malcolm, you have the last word, and let's end it. Go ahead, Zahab.
Yeah, you can reach me at Maroon Warrior Films on Instagram, also on Twitter. When you go to the website, it does give you the option to get different T-shirts if you want to support that way. Be on the lookout. We're going to have a full trailer. That was just a snippet. We're going to have a full trailer within the next 2 weeks. And all praises. Neil Springer, the water, brother. You just made a donation. All praises to the Most High. The water for that. Be on the lookout. We're gonna have a full preview of a full trailer within 2 weeks, and then also after that we're gonna have something else in store. I don't want to say, but hit me up. I'm at Maroon Warrior Films on Instagram. The website is thekaragma.com. The movie coming out is called Karagma. The water, shalom.
Brothers and sisters, if you in our house and you didn't hit the like button, shame on you. We gave y'all a lot, man. We gave y'all a lot of food. That was a smorgasbord all across the board. The least y'all could do is hit the thumbs up, please. So with that being said, I'm done, Sister Malika. You can have the last word, and then you can end the live stream.
Take care of your health. Take care of your children's health. Be self-sufficient, okay? Stop depending on the white man for everything. That's the best advice I can give you. Go back to your roots, okay? Go back to your roots. Go back to your ancestors, what they did. That's it. That's all I have to offer. All right. Well, if nobody else have any questions and all that up and down in the chat there, I've been watching you guys going back and forth. I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any question for me in regards to anything that has to do with health, okay, don't call me for anything else. If it's not about health, whether it be for you, your children, grandma, whoever it is, if it's not about your health, don't, or herbs or whatever, something regarding a healthy lifestyle, give me a call, okay? My number is right there on the screen, 888-936-3378, okay? All right. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. We're about to end the live, all right? All right, you guys enjoy yourself. Stay healthy, okay? Not just because something is happening right now, but just stay healthy as always, all right? Always. See you guys later. Dan, you done?
I'm done.
That's it. All right. Shalom, everybody. See you later.